The kids are down. Wife's asleep.
So in 4 hours, you drank 15 Busch Lights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at 8 o'clock, that's when you checked out and your wife had to deal with you.
Night time.
Night time.
Yeah.
Crack a beer. Pour a bourbon. It's After Dark. On ESPN Louisville Plus. Subscribe and smash that freaking like button. Now here's Justin Soforo.
Soforo. How do you
Soforo.
say Soforo? No, it's fur. It's fur, not four. That's why it's fur, man.
Soforo.
There you go.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Soforo. I don't know. Soforo? Soforo, my bad.
No, Soforo.
Here's Justin Soforo.
With Anna motherfucking Tarullo.
All right, my bad. Okay, it's all my fault this time. I apologize. It's some internet issues. Sometimes it's my fault. Sometimes it can be other people's fault. I'm not gonna blame it on Anna ever, but sometimes it's my fault.
Sometimes it's not even technical difficulties. It's Anna difficulties.
Sometimes it's just Anna issues. But it's my fault. The internet sucks. I don't know what to tell you. AT&T had to do the unplug and reset, and it's hopefully doing fine now. So we'll see if the show.
Y'all.
Oh yes, I try to avoid people finding out about that because, like I said, at this point, it ain't fun. It ain't fun aging. I don't like aging. I don't like it. Just going downhill. I got kids that are just, I don't know, not making me miserable. I love my kids, but just nonstop. It's nonstop energy. It's all that. I don't know what it's like to be a kid anymore. But Anna, how you doing? Welcome into the show. She's wait. I want to make sure we're described properly. I'm Justin Soforo. I am the face of ESPN Louisville, judging by one Twitter account who said that was from ESPN 680. I thought that meant Justin Soforo. So Andy sent that to me. I think he wasn't happy about it being,
Did Andy tweet that burner?
No, yeah. It might be, but no, it was a legitimate. I guess it was just some Kentucky fan, and I guess he's seen, probably the ESPN Louisville Plus stuff. But hey, I'll take it. I'm the face of ESPN Louisville. She's over here trying to create more enemies. Is what I took from today. So if you're out there, if you want to battle Anna, feel free to strap up. Anyway, guys, welcome in.
Everyone.
Exactly. ESPN Louisville, we're talking all things Cards Cats, I guess from my other stuff where I say Bourbon and Bluegrass. But today we were talking, let's start it off with the NCAA Tournament and just all the nonsense. It's funny because I came in and I got to be honest. Your boy got tired. Like I said, I'm old. I'm getting old. I fell asleep during the Duke UConn game.
You have 12 kids.
So, exactly.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, you got one right there, honey. And welcome honey to the show. She's adorable. But so here's what happened. Playing with the kids, doing all that stuff outside, whatever, having fun. It was great. It was whatever, birthday morning, all that crap. And then I go in and I'm like, I'm watching the Michigan score in the game, and I'm like, okay, I don't really need to watch this. They're just an ass whooping.
Lord, I know you hear prayers. Thank you. Still no Tennessee Final Fours. Let's go.
I got to be honest. I was cheering. I wanted Tennessee in that Final Four, just obviously because of the BB and stuff. Also, I got a guy who I work across from, who's a really, really kind man who's a Tennessee fan. Shout out Kip. He is if you know Candace Clift, it's her husband from WDRB. Her husband, he's one of the nicest. She is too. They're two of the nicest people I've ever met.
Household. That's like my mom's celebrity idol. And I'm like, Mom, I used to do local news. Like, people probably think I'm cool like that too. She's like, you're not a Candace.
People look up to me like Candace. And I walk up to him. I'm like, man, you don't watch your wife every day? And he's like, well, she's at home. I see her at home. And I'm like, okay. He's got busy stuff to do in District 17 over there.
People close to you can't appreciate a real star. People close to a real star sometimes get blinded by the light from personal experience.
When I used to be on with Andy Sweeney, when I used to do the producing of the take with him and Strebel, my wife would turn it on every once in a while with the kids in the car, and then she realized I need to turn that off. Maybe there's some stuff that little Luca doesn't need to hear.
Even with the jolts in the car, sometimes. I'm just kidding. Always try it on.
But anyway, as the as the games continued, and it's been a fight. I had to lay down some ground rules with the wife this month because I'm like, I want to see the NCAA tournament. This is the first time in a while that I've given a damn because Louisville basketball is mediocre at least. Like at least mid, it can win a game, whatever. But I also I actually want to be able to invest in it like I used to. And this weekend too, with some of these games, there are great games lined up. We'll talk about Rick as well. And they were robbed. They were robbed. And again, once more.
He robbed himself. We'll get into it.
Yeah, because I do have that on my quote unquote sheet of lies, if we will, talking about, because I fell in love with Rick again. I never fell out really. I was always just kind of a hurt ex, a scorned lover. I mean, I wasn't scorned. We scorned him. It was well, Bevan, you're going to prison now. Anyway. That's why I want to say. I have to tell myself that's why. But overall, Louisville. I mean, sorry, Louisville. Geez, Louisville. I wish Louisville was in the spot that I could talk about them. UConn and Duke, a game where Shire. I've had to bend the knee so many times to Shire because he's a great coach. I really do think he's a tremendous coach, and it's just funny watching Strebel. Huh?
Because who else can take over for Mike Krzyzewski and do okay? I don't think he gets enough credit. That is so hard to do. And especially being a younger guy, his teams typically play, they have the discipline under of a Krzyzewski Pitino era head coach. Yeah. So I hate to respect him, but I do.
But he is, he is technically basically he's in that coaching tree that Pitino's in because he's under Coach K. He's under from Krzyzewski, Boeheim, all those guys that came through that whole loop.
Night, honey.
I mean, and it just pisses greatnhe does. From Bobby Knight down, he pissed on to what did Cal said if you're not pissed on or pissed off, you can be pissed on. Whatever. Anyway, I can never land that one. But anyway, the reason I bring that up is I was actually having, where you just I don't know if you do this, but especially when we're doing one of these shows or anything like that, and you work through takes in your mind. How do I, how do I perceive this?
That's how you get good at radio. It's going with your. That's how I got better at radio and improved. Sorry to just interrupt you there, but I know exactly what you mean. It's instead of I used to go in and plan for 2 hours when I would go on with Stream. I'll be these are my talking points. But I was the best takes I ever have is if I watch something live. The first stupid thought that comes to my mind is generally my best. So it's you automatically are programmed for takes, and I'm sure the people around us hate it. It's why do you always have to have a take? Just enjoy it. It's no, I'm born of take.
That's what it is. It's either that or it's a literally what stupid take can I give to my friends? What can I send to my text group of my friends that I can just throw it out there and they'll be like, you're a dumbass, and I'm like, okay, that one's one I'll keep in the holster. I won't use that one. Yeah. But anyway, it was one of those scenarios where I was looking at Shire and I'm like, obviously this is way out there, but I'm like, could Shire in the long term, could he become better than K? You know what I mean? With the consistency that he's had lately of what I look at as Duke greatness. Because there are a few seasons there where K fell off a little bit there. I mean, yeah, it does hurt. It hurts to say that. But I'm if he can keep this train rolling for, a decade plus, and this was me kind of looking at maybe he'll win the title this year. Maybe, but and I don't really want Michigan. I want Arizona. I think at this point, I think that's the team that I'm really pulling for because there's nothing about Arizona that I dislike.
I love the Balkan Revolution, baby. I'm not even Balkan. My sister just married in, and listen. I'm all about it.
I mean, they're taking over all sports, though. It's not. I mean, it's. I know as a Juventus, Italian soccer fan. There's so many of them. It's such a weird way to say that. I don't want to say it that way. I don't mean that in a racial sense. I just mean they're great. Cool. It's a large group of yes, great.
Funny thing, I have to share the story. So my sister's having a baby, and I think everybody knows that. Remember, I accidentally announced her engagement on air a few years ago.
Yes, I do. Yep.
But I do think people know about the baby, and so we're going over baby names, and we're looking, of course, Italian names, and every Italian name is it means Angelo, it's little angel, or Valentino, it's little love, and all of the Balkan names are strongest man of the village, can lift the most weights in the coal mine. Like that. So it's like no wonder that they have assimilated greatly to professional athletics.
It's just like it's crusher and killer in their language. That's what it is. It's like yeah, whenever you're like
woman with a mustache.
It's like they're naming like a pit bull, basically, is how they name their children. No, it's amazing. But no, they really are there. And it's funny to see them just kind of like take over athletically. You see it at all levels of all kinds of sports. I'm waiting to see it leak into the college football. That'll be the first starting point. Where that'd be something different.
If a Vulcan excelled at college football, I think running back. I would say a running back. That's how I feel.
Yeah, just look for the Vitch or whatever at the end there.
Big Vulcan size, baby.
Yes. All right. Okay. I guess. Okay. Sorry. Going back. I keep getting off task, and that's what I do. That's what we do kind of on here, so it's fine. But the Duke UConn game, it was about halftime, and that's when me and Camilla decided to go and hit the recliner. And I go hit the recliner. She ain't sleeping well. She's got like purple under her eyes because she just refuses to go the fuck to sleep. She won't go to sleep. So I'm like, what? You're going to sleep? No, she just won't. So she won't go to sleep. And I don't know what it is. I don't, whatever. She's got the energy. She wants to be. I think it's just more of like she wants to be. She's 8 months old, by the way, for people who don't know. She's 8 months old, and she just wants to be a part of everything. Like
she's just Italian.
That might be what it is, because like she wants to run. She just learned to crawl, but now she's like standing up and trying to do everything to like do what her brothers are doing. She wants to go with her brothers and like follow them around and all that. So it's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. That being said, I'm trying to feel free anytime. You're welcome. Please do. Please do. Good luck. Well, here's the thing too. She's very dependent on breast milk right now, and we haven't bottle fed her yet. So like, what we're gonna need to do is like, my wife's gonna need to pump, and I'm gonna need her to just leave me with a bottle, and I'm gonna have to force feed that thing like somehow, because that's the only way she won't take it from her. So anyway, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't do my duty as a college basketball fan. I passed out and fell asleep, and when I wake up, it is like 68 all. Or 68, whatever. It's in the last like 2 to 3 minutes of that game. And, I didn't know at the time that I was going to witness one of the all-time classics. Like to me in NCAA tournament history that I'm going to remember for a long, long time. But I'm glad I woke up when I did, because holy shit. And there was a part of me too that like, Danny Hurley's an insane person. I have a ton of respect for him, but I was like, did he just hit it high real quick and early on, and now he's kind of not middling, but just doing like Rick did it for a lot of years, where you're really good coach, but you're just not getting to that level. And then here he is back in the freaking Final Four once again.
The pressure cracked him. I even told my family tonight, because listen, no shame, I'm a lot like you. UConn was down 19. So what do you think? I'm not really paying attention. I was eating dinner, and my sister and my brother-in-law are over right now. We're all at my parents' house, even though we're all old, but we're all here. And
I think that's an Italian thing too. You never really leave. You never actually get out. You end up over there all the time.
All the time. And so my brother-in-law and my dad were watching in the living room, and I'm eating. All of a sudden I hear like, oh my God. And I was like, what just happened? I was like, I need to watch this for the show. It's going to ruin the world tour. I didn't know what happened. And so I went in there and I watched, and I just watched the replay of the shot. Also, soft as shit on the dude. Who was it? The boozer, the smaller boozer. Soft ass pass. And how unbelievable. The church bells is what we're going with this tournament, right? So you had Dylan Darling for St. John's. Who had,
I love that kid. I love that kid so much.
And then you have this, freshman who was like, oh, for whatever on threes. And like that, listen, I
just
have
banging.
So much for Hurley. I thought that man was going to crack under the pressure. He already was. And so I'm looking at my family and I'm like, why is he likable? Do we think he got medicated? Like, do you think he got a little bit medicated? Like, and no, like, hate, no shame.
No. Like, did they try to calm the insane person down? Did they try to? Did they try? Yeah, domesticate is the term. That's the right term. Did they try to make him? Did they house?
They tried to make him a house cat.
A house cat. Yeah. You can't turn. Well, never mind.
You can't turn a Lane Kiffin into a housewife.
You can't turn it. Will Wade, which is another thing I want to talk about here in a little bit as well.
We Those and strippers.
Yes,
I'm an LSU fan.
it's crazy. I think it was a good minute. Somebody said they need a name for that trifecta that they have down there. We'll talk about it here in a sec. Trice 187 says, does Anna think Hurley would work at UK? I feel like it would become chaos in a bad way.
No, he's exactly what you need, like archetype wise, like a prototype of who would do well. It's a lunatic like that. He's got that Rick Pitino fundamental soundness in him, but we know how that evolved and transgressed to like familial issues. Last time his wife was like, no, I'll never go there. And she was like mad about stuff. And I was like, okay, I don't know if you're paying the bills, girl, but I don't think it's
I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot that they had issues.
And he took a phone call from the Lakers. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. That's crazy to me. Like, I think if he is the one with a career, we got to let him do what he wants to do. Mm-hmm. But I know that's super old school, whatever. But I do think he would be good. But I don't see that happening. I think, the blueprint right now, like basketball, I wish it was this way at Kentucky. And I'm so hyped for Will Stein. I know it's different being the SEC. I didn't know UConn had a football team until very recently in my life. And I'll be the first one to admit that, okay? So basketball is king there. Why is he trying to fight with the other sports?
I think they made a BCS Bowl, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think they made it when Louisville was during the Crackthorpe era. And I think that may have been the year when Louisville, that was when that bullshit offsides, or not the offside, sorry, fair catch play was called, or where it wasn't called, where he waved fair catch and then ran it back, and that's what they won that game against Louisville. I think that was the first year.
It's like, do you want to like be competitive but still a laughing stock? Hopefully not anymore in football.
Louisville lost to UConn football in 2012. The 2012, the year before. Yeah. It was the year that they won the Sugar Bowl. Louisville lost to UConn. They lost back-to-back games. Syracuse.
2012, 2012.
Yeah, the 2012 year. Syracuse beat them down. Ryan Nassib, I remember that game. And then after that, they followed it up. I was at that cold-ass game versus UConn. They lost to UConn. Then Teddy Bridgewater went out there with a broken ankle and a broken wrist, and somehow, which Michael Brown wouldn't do. Michael Brown wouldn't go out there with a broken wrist or broken ankle. And don't even. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna try not to do the full Mark Blankenbaker thing, but I'm not gonna go on all in. I will say this. Actually, no, I'm gonna say this. I am gonna say this.
It's your birthday. Say it.
Well, I've had a lot of people. There's been a lot of people. And I'm not going to say any specifics that we for sure know, but there's enough, I feel like, of there's enough of a conversation out there that I think it's pretty clear that people know Michael Brown wasn't fully injured. Like because people keep trying to battle and say he had all these issues. If you've ever actually had a serious back issue, I think there's enough knowledge. There's enough out there to say that that's not the situation that happened here. I think just watching him getting up threes prior to the game against Michigan State and USF and all that's not. And I'm not, I'm not going to go any farther than that. I'm not going to accuse anything. But I think there's enough out there that it seems that was the situation. It's kind of what everybody thinks. You're a Kentucky fan. You've dealt with this how many times? You know what I mean? I know it comes with the territory, but at the same time, it's funny to watch Louisville fans. Like I said, it's funny to watch Louisville fans kind of do the thing, and it's like Kentucky has been dealing with this for how long? And I know it's not always
Are
like.
you
No, I'm no. Get the hell out of here. No. But what I'm saying is like the Shaden Sharp thing. I think I tweeted out Michael Sharp or something like that. But you've seen this happen enough times. Yeah.
And this brings us into the Jaland Lowe conversation as well. But I will circle back to that just really quickly. Yeah. Who's the Duke? Is it Foster or something? Who was the Duke guy with the hurt foot who comes back and John Shire's in freaking tears?
Yeah, I believe Foster. Yeah.
It was Foster. What he did for the program is just, I don't know. It's everything is going the way of Soforo, I don't know what's happened to me in the past couple weeks, but I'm a boomer dad. I'm like a 65-year-old dad. I'm like, love Iowa basketball. They play hard and they don't bitch about shit. I don't know when I became a boomer dad. Probably been hanging out with my dad.
Well, it's funny. I wish I had the sound cut right now, but we have a caller, Jerry. He calls in to the Diener show and he calls into the Sunday Morning Hangover. He called in today, and he's been harping on who's the head coach of Iowa. Oh my God, what's his name?
Ben McCollum.
McCollum, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you.
I
was not gonna pull that one out of my head, even though he's been talking about it for a while. But he has been harping on McCollum. He did it when Louisville was hiring. He's been talking about him. He's like, I believe in this coach. I believe in whatever. And this guy, this caller Jerry, was. I mean, he took a victory lap, and he was right. And I think Dieners called him McCollum's agent or whatever. And I'm like, no, he knows. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think he's hyping up his guy. He knows this guy is, that he is probably one of the next better coaches. I mean, doing that in year one. I think that's year one, right?
Yeah. Feel good to get it right though. Like if you knew, he's like the Kurt Signetti of freaking college hoops. But I like that they tried to bait McCollum with that question. They were like, "You're kind of like the Kurt Signetti," and he was like, "I'm the Kirk Ferentz." I'm like, don't do that to yourself. Why would you do that? Don't do it. You can't punch a basketball. Ben.
It's also I did love that it did make me laugh that Fran McCaffrey leaves and then finally leaves and like angry, pissed off McCaffrey, and then this guy goes and takes him to the Elite Eight. So
McCaffrey was a little bit of like a D word, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can pick the D bag word or the, you can pick anyone. And I feel like he was that, and it wasn't really talked about because it's Iowa and everybody's nice. They're like, he has his own way.
They wave at the kids. They wave at the sick kids in the hospital beds.
That's nice. Okay, we love that. But I don't know. How about some offense? How about we, do more than run the football? And you're a basketball team, so you should be doing running the football anyway. Okay?
So absolutely. And then okay, where was I with that? There's so many parts I have. Well, okay, one thing I do want to touch on, you kind of touched on it a little bit. Interesting enough, while we're stuck on the Final Four, at least, to me, especially looking at last night, where Illinois and Arizona move on, those are two of the teams that are, I believe, and let me make sure I get this right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have some of the best when it comes to recruiting. They top the list of European recruits. You've talked about it with the Slavic or what are they? Is that what it is? Balkans. Yeah, Balkans. A lot of those kind of.
We got Serbia, Croatia. I don't see any Bosnia, but I'm open.
Right. I guess to me, is that the future of college basketball? It's kind of become that for the NBA, especially when it comes to the European guys you're going to get outside of the top recruits that are American. Mm-hmm. But is that the future of, and not just the Balkans, but just European athletes overall? Is that the future of college basketball that Kentucky and Louisville need to get in? Right now I look at Louisville has Zugris and Sinander Frew, and say what you will about those kind of players. But then they're also looking at the news story we had recently. That's that video that I was talking about earlier with you. That Quinn Ellis about Louisville making a move for him. Kentucky and Duke have been high, and they thought Kentucky was going to land him, I guess. And then Duke came in the picture, and then somehow, I don't know, PK puts out a little winky face, and we can talk about that later as well. But we'll see. Maybe until I see officially committed to Louisville, but that seems to be the rumor that's out there. But anyway, these European guys, is that the way to go? And it's just, to me, it's like, God, that's such a pain in the ass. Like, if I'm being honest. It's like,
if it worked hard enough with the NIL and transfer portal, now you need a whole freaking international division that you probably met those guys 2 times to recruit in that office. You never see them because you're on different hours. It's like the staff is the NBA. The staff that you have to build, you need GMs. But what I do love right now is how far McCollum made it at Iowa into the tournament. You have guys like Rick Pitino who made it far into the tournament, right? Just old school good coaching. So maybe that does win out. But as we were talking about earlier, like, in radio, you're used to developing just like your knee-jerk reaction, because sometimes that's the most fun. So I think my initial knee-jerk reaction was like, you know what? No, I don't think that's the future. Maybe they just got a guy who was really good at recruiting and retaining those guys, from that specific area. Maybe like the stars aligned, or you just have a really talented person in there who's maybe meant to work for an NBA front office. But I will say, this is why it's so fun to do sports talk radio, because you brought up, hey, that's what the NBA looks like right now. Mm-hmm. And that can't just be luck or like one guy who's really good at recruiting. So maybe it is opening that up. And I think it does give you more leeway. I mean, look at what's happening with the G League right now. You're like you like sent them away. Now you're plucking people back out to come play back at, I don't know, Alabama, college, wherever they're going. Yeah.
We'll see if Louisville has Lyndon Johnson next year. I don't know if he's going to be there or not, but I'm hoping because I just like to see what that would look like.
You know, like you convinced me on that right there because I was thinking, maybe that's an outlier, but there's no way you just get that lucky. It reminds me of Coach Cal with the one and dones at first. There's a reason I'm going to do some hatred. There's a reason he only won one championship with a legendary one and done. Then everybody else started doing that, and you never won another championship. You should have at least 3. So maybe Illinois is just in the forefront of this Balkan international revolution.
It's crazy. Yeah, Illinois and Arizona, 2 of the teams that are really doing it, and just seeing the run that Illinois made. It's just something that's interesting to me just because I don't know. Like I just wonder, guys like Mark Poe, guys like Pat Kelsey, you can only stretch yourself so thin, like when it comes to recruiting. And then that's why, and this will come into
taken seriously.
I know. It's hard. And I know you said, did you come in here with the list, by the way? Did you have that list of your replacements?
Yeah.
I'm
going to speak from the heart.
Well, while we're speaking about Arizona, that's one of the things too. Like, it is going to be interesting to me, really, this offseason because, and, it's cool. I want to see who wins the title. Yeah, it's great. But Tommy Lloyd, there was comments that he made to the media yesterday, I think, something like after winning. And he basically made a comment that said something along the lines of, when I'm gone or something like that, or, something like, and I understand people talk in those ways of like, oh, you want to do the best job you can while you're here, but then you want to leave it in a better spot no matter what.
It sounds like you're 36 now and you just kind of get it.
Yeah, and you've just been, you just got, you're only here for a few years now. You're a young guy. You're doing all this. And there's been a lot of rumors there with North Carolina. And this is why, like, the guys who are asking comments in the chat. Huh?
With Tommy Lloyd in North Carolina?
There's been like, when I say rumors, or maybe people are connecting dots. Let me say that. Maybe that's a better way to say it.
Chatter.
Yeah, there's chatter. There's chatter there. I think Tommy Lloyd, he looks like North Carolina. You know what I mean? Like, even though he's on the West Coast, he kind of looks like you could see him wearing the Roy Williams outfit. Like, he's gonna be, he just looks like that to me.
But Kelvin Sampson assistant, is that where he came from? Was he?
No, he was Mark Few of Gonzaga.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I lied to people in public last night. I was at a bar. I was like, Kelvin Sampson. No, you're facts. Kelvin Sampson.
Did you start doing I was waiting to see, like, that's why they fell off. That's why the last couple of years they're not making it to the Final Four. That's, you start giving takes like that. But
I was making shit up.
The reason it's so interesting to me is I feel pretty convicted that, like, the game is different. Hiring coaches is different. You can't do it the same. Kentucky can't do it. Louisville can't do it. North Carolina just recently had Hubert Davis they went to. Duke went to John Shire, and John Shire's a great coach, it appears. I mean, you can say what you want, Anthony. He's calling Shire the new Calipari. So
wait, no, I don't know who you're trying to offend. Like, that's an offense to Shire. He's better than Calipari.
Less with more. But to me, the North Carolina job, Kansas would be the other one. If that one opens up, we'll still see if Bill Self's denying and, all that kind of stuff. But those are the 2 jobs that'll, to me, however this turns out, determines the future of hiring college basketball. And I think I saw somebody talking, it was a Barstool Sports conversation, but I actually thought it had quite a bit of value there where they were discussing about coaches and the hiring and the coaching carousel and all this kind of stuff. But they're just talking about how the nonsense, like back in the day, getting a job, getting at Kentucky, getting at North Carolina, getting at Kansas, any kind of those spots would be one that you would dream of, that you would, I've been using this term a lot when I talk about coaches that I do, you'd sell your left testicle for. Like, that kind of stuff is what you would do.
We all get that. Like, who here doesn't get that?
You get it. You understand. Like, it's exactly, yeah. But it's easier for me to say when I already have 3 kids.
To get a better coach at Kentucky.
I have 3 kids. It works. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't. I'm sorry, too. I mean, okay. Anyway, HR, I apologize. Anyway,
There's no HR.
that's a good point. That's Phil Baker. Phil Baker, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Phil Baker. I love you, Phil.
Anyway, no. But like to me is going to be cementing in what the future of this looks like. Because again, they were talking about how it's just the extra, like now the money's there. Like you can get, I mean, Nate Oates went from, and you know, besides whatever issues he's having behind the scenes, like with other players and everything, but like Nate Oates went from being a high school teacher or whatever to now he is, you know, coaching what are viewed as one of the best coaches in the nation that they have out there. Yeah, there are a lot of felons out there, but at the same time, but a lot of exactly. But a lot of these guys have talked about how they just don't like. Do I really like? Why would I go to Kentucky and have all this pressure that you have to win a title or be in the Final Four within, you know, 3 to 4 years? I mean, probably even less than that, really, at Kentucky. But like, that's what it is. And instead I can go to, Alabama. I can be at Auburn. I can go to Illinois.
But you're back in the Final Four for the first time in 20 years, and they're doing like parades or like changing the state flag to a picture of an Avicic. I don't even know. Like their new official language is Serbian. They're all about it. But in Kentucky, they're like, actually, no way. You could be this close and it's not cool. No, but that is so true. It's like you have all the pressure and the resources playing field has totally evened out, right? Yeah. Because I don't think the players give a shit anymore, really. It doesn't mean like there's no like hierarchy there. I mean, like I say that, but then again, I think it's different to play for Duke, which sucks, right? Because they've gotten all the players recently, which is a freaking abomination. Yeah. But I would completely agree with that. The pressure is different. And it's like the payoff isn't the same. You're not getting that much more bang. I mean, like dollar wise, probably you're getting paid a little bit more, but you're not getting the same resources now that everything's legal, you know?
It's just, to me, I don't know. Like I understand it because like, while I'm driven as a fan and I'm passionate about these teams, but well, I was tweeting out a couple of things. Really, what it was because the entire time during the PK stuff, Phil Baker was like telling people it's going to be Shirts. Shirts was a high possibility, and I just didn't want. He looks too much like me for him to be the head coach of my basketball team. You know what I mean?
Me was trying to be a head coach. I was like, dog. I'd be like, dog.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was like, no, he looks. But then there's Buzz Williams, who also looks like me, and I think he's a pretty good coach. So like, I don't know, but he's not. But like Buzz Williams is a very good high mid tier coach. That's not what I want at Louisville. We 50 years of Hall of Famers basically, and then UK has had an abundance of Hall of Famers there. You've had some Billy G's. You've had some stuff like that as well. Tubby, but Tubby won a title still. Is he a Hall of Famer? Is Tubby a Hall of Famer? Did he get inducted?
I know his name is in the rafters at Kentucky, but I don't think he's in the national. Yeah, I wouldn't feel like he's in the national. Maybe
he might have been. He might be. I just don't know. We haven't kept up. Gonzaga is the problem. It's a program that really pioneered the European recruiting. Yeah, you're right. Tommy Lloyd was under Mark Few for 20 years. He brought that recruiting to Arizona. Illinois has been doing it for a while too, and that is from Sean Living Life. Shout out, thank you. I appreciate for reminding us of that.
That is a great point because no, that is very, very true. Thank you for saying that because it's very true. I feel like Gonzaga for a while was pioneering that Euro play. Like you had the very tall, kind of positionless big who could shoot. They did that before anybody else who could shoot threes. That was kind of slender big, but could get out there on the perimeter. Great point. I didn't think about that.
I love these because this is what the conversation is going to be, and I love it. And I'm here to entertain it. Other people won't do it. But Big Blue saying, "Who do you guys think would be a good fit at Kentucky if Pope won't work out?" And we're going to be doing this for. Here's also a thing. I thought this conversation would be something that, I came into a couple of years ago thinking this is something we don't get to do a lot of. Whenever it comes into play, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait to do it. And we're just doing it way too bleeping often now. At this point, Louisville.
I stuff from football. Thank you. I saw fucking fatigue from football and doing that. I'm like, I can't. y'all can't suck this much at everything. I'm emotionally exhausted. Think about me.
Well, you and me are continually looking. Oh, look what they've got. Oh, look at her. Look at her man. That's who I want. That's the guy that I want. That's my man over there.
I didn't have a head coach, and they got Final Four.
We got So okay.
They got championship.
Who's your guy? Who would be the fit? I mean, who's your realistic guy? Let's just lay it out that way instead of saying because okay.
Ben McCollum, I would give a limb right now.
All right.
Not my righting hand. I would give my left arm.
Your left. Okay.
I'd give my left finger. I'd think about it. I would.
Okay.
I would think about it. Because, there's something about him. He just gets intense and he looks crazy. Yeah. And I like that. And I just I don't know when I became a 65-year-old father of 3 who is maybe twice divorced, but, and who maybe served in the armed forces because that is how I feel. I'm like, they ain't tough enough. They ain't tough. They don't want it. They do not want it. They don't even care about fundamentals no more.
Well, that's okay. So that's your guy. Kentucky.
I mean, okay. Would it be fun to bring Rick Pitino back? Of course. Was I thinking about that all weekend? Yeah. I mean, I'm not anti that. I don't understand the propaganda going on with Billy Donovan right now. I don't think is that a real thing? Why would he never consider anything? And then what propaganda journalism is going on right now? They're like, I mean, we're taking this one seriously this time with Billy Donovan, and UNC is really considering him. And I'm like, just because Bill Belichick weird shit happened before, I don't think he would just leave when he's turned down multiple things to go to UNC. But could be wrong. Crazy things have happened.
Did you hear what people have been saying? I think Phil and Nick talked about it this morning. But they were talking about the feeling around Billy Donovan, and it's a weird one to me. But it seems kind of too much of a diva for him. Maybe he is that way. I don't know. He's successful, whatever. But also you're not in a good spot in Chicago. I grew up if I had to have an NBA team, it'd be the Bulls because of Jordan and all that, and I really don't connect to anybody else, right? But But the franchise has been trashed since he left.
Maybe that's the point. There's less pressure.
Yeah, and that might be it. Maybe they're okay with what they're doing, middling. But if he wants to come back to college, supposedly, and what they're saying is that the feeling is that he wants to be your only option. He wants you to not focus on anybody else, but just he wants to be pursued. You ever have one of those girls that they just want to be pursued. They want to be pursued by you, and they don't want you flirting. They don't want you flirting. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was kind of I'll bring this up to Anna. They don't want you looking at. They don't want you to.
What a diva bitch! Wait a second, this sounds familiar.
They don't want you to put out feelers with 3 or 4 girls. They want.
It sounds like an old single girl. Wait a minute. What did the mirror just show?
You're not old yet. You are
the father.
But that's the thing. Supposedly, I don't know if that's the case. I mean, who cares? If I'm Louisville, if I'm Kentucky or whatever, all right, that's fine. We'll go all in on you right away. Just pay it out. Whatever we got to do. Problem is, if all that flirting doesn't work out, then you're SOL and you're left with in a worse situation than you could be. So
I like this character arc. I'm relating too heavily into it, so I need to take a step back. I'm like, all right, well, what does she do next? I mean, what is Billy Donovan?
Yes. What does this program do? Yeah. What's that?
But how I feel about this is he got out at the time. I mean, here's how I feel. What would be his incentive to go back to college? She had the back-to-back national championships, 06, 07 in Florida, right? So you have 91, 92 Duke, you have 6 or 7 Florida. That was the last time it had been done until 23, 24 UConn, right? And it's not it's that record is so important. I need to go back and avenge my glory. It's he accomplished all he could. All he could do is hurt his reputation, and maybe he is just a giant, was such a hot girl. He's used to people chasing him, and it's I don't want to hurt my reputation by going back to these losers and knowing that maybe I've lowered my standards. So it's I don't know, it's what he doesn't have anything else to prove. I think he could only lower his reputation. And when he did get out of college, I feel it was all right. But maybe this is where college athletic is going, and maybe this is where it needs to go. I don't know if the current landscape in the Final Four tells us this, but maybe it's he didn't want to deal with an IL. I can guarantee you he don't want to deal with transfer portal. There's so many things that are more on the table now that he has to overlook. Yeah. I mean, unless you like institute a GM, right? But like for the reasons he got out of it and has said publicly on the record of like why he is in the NBA and doesn't want to go back, it's like less on your plate, right? You can just focus on the basketball, like nothing else. So I see that as very, very strange of why he would want to go back. But I'm like, I still don't understand why the UNC rumor got like actual headlines. Like I was trying to explain that maybe to my dad or somebody else. I was like, no, like UNC is looking at Billy Donovan. He's like, I've heard that before. Like everybody's looking at Billy. Like South Florida is looking at Billy Donovan. Make him say no. I'm like, no, it's like there's actual like reputable headlines about it. But I don't know. I think they got a good propaganda source. I don't see it happening. But okay, so yeah, like Billy Donovan, sure, that'd be nice. These are all pipe dreams, right? Like, are we living too far in the past? But what I will go back to as well is like, look at Tommy Lloyd. As I've always said, a longtime Gonzaga assistant. I never said he was maybe at Houston, but longtime Gonzaga guy. And then like John Shire, obviously Duke player, longtime Duke assistant. I almost like there's less trust because you're less proven, but I almost, or even like a guy like Ben McCollum and Kurt Signetti, like you pave your way through, and Brad Underwood, like you work your way through D2, D3, like these other schools. You spend sometimes 3 decades doing it before you get to where you are. So I think we need to open the pool of where else we're looking, and it doesn't just need to be a head coach who, I don't know, and I think we're both in the same boat with U of L and UK, had never really had tournament success or anything. Like, I feel like the greatest coaches taking over big names are people who have been assistants and have that humility about them. And it's different. Like you're more proven, you're less up and down on the wins and losses. But that just struck me. You know what I mean? Absolutely. The people who have had success lately.
Yeah, real quick. Shout out Zach. I thought Zach only liked to listen to himself. Just kidding. But Zach
just texted me. What did he say?
Zach Cantrell texts in, says Billy Donovan was a big deal in 2014. Nowadays, if he's your only option, you're cooked. I agree. You are. But you can't. I mean, I guess my point is that's what he wants. Like he wants to be pursued. He wants to be loved. He wants you to remember him as he was. You know what I mean? He wants to be your first option. He doesn't want to be your backup bitch. He doesn't want to anyway, he doesn't want to do that. But I agree. I do agree. To me, it would be a weird thing to go back, especially after so long out of the game. But it also feels at the same time, why does his name keep coming up? And it's like, is it his agent that's floating it out there? Is it to try to, fix some of those relationships in Chicago? Like, hey, you gotta lock him down if you really want to keep middling. If you want to keep having shitty seasons, you got to make sure you pay him. You got to pay him when he needs. I don't know why. Like Kentucky and Louisville made sense.
Yeah, getting a lot of likes.
Right. Well, like Kentucky made sense because of the history there. Louisville made enough sense just because of the adjacent history with Rick and everything and all that. It's like, why not? But UNC doesn't make any sense at all, guys. Real quick. Do me a favor, smash the freaking like button, hit the subscribe button, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, all that stuff. I want to make sure I plug that. And do not forget that. Zach says, I do listen to other people other than myself. Damn it. Love the Sunday shows. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate you, Zach. I always love listening to him on the post-game shows where he...
post-game. I wait all the time for a text from Zach for post-game.
It's so good when he just crushes. It's great. I love listening to crush. We talk about the standard, damn it. Also, let me go ahead and just before I get it, because Phil gave it to me, I just want to give a shout out to our friends at Boom Boss Pizza and Watch Bar. That's a perfect place to go and spend watching your NCAA tournament games. You got one more weekend left of games. You got 3 games left, and then college basketball's gone. And then you got to wait a whole.
Watch your dreams fade away before
it is. It's so weird because these 3 weeks are like the my favorite, but then the saddest. And like as it goes, I love the first week of the NCAA tournament that you should spend watching at Boom Boss Pizza and Watch Bar. They got pizza, they got all the good stuff. They got all the beer selection, everything that you'll like. So definitely go check out Boom Boss Pizza and Watch Bar. There's all kinds of different locations. I know one in Hurstbourne and one on Eastern Parkway as well, Bardstown Road. But it's the saddest part of the year when you get to like this tonight. Honestly, tonight is when it gets sad because you're like, man, it's almost over. And like,
I remember my dad, like growing up, I'd be in high school, he'd look at me and be like, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna watch the MLB. What are we gonna do?
I'm not, and I can't.
We're the YMCA. We're gonna watch that."
I give credit to my grandparents because they would watch the NBA too. Like they would set up and watch, especially when Kobe was playing and all that. They'd watch together and all this stuff like every night. And I'm like, damn, like I am not as committed. Like I can't. Like it's just to me, it's just not as much fun as a college game. No matter how, it's because they're. Like to me, it's always like,
oh gosh, that player could be cute. Like I would watch NBA, but I'm like, I could be all of your mom, so I'm probably not. That is my interest is gone now. You know,
that is crazy. Oh. Sean says, I think Nate Oates at Kentucky would be fascinating. He's one that really made sense to me. He kind of made sense.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Here's one. Here's one. I'm totally getting off course from like the notes that I have, but honestly, I'll save the notes for another time. I always do. I probably should like send you some and like my ideas and stuff like that.
Don't talk about this. Don't.
But I always have a bunch of different notes, but I'm like, well, we get to them. I don't know. We may not. It's just going to be whatever I'm feeling. That's what I like about the Sunday shows. I crack a beer. You got honey, and we just talk about whatever we feel like when it comes to this. And then you guys kind of like steer the show as well. That's why we appreciate you guys in the chat. Throw whatever you want into there as well. But what was the comment that I just made? Sorry, I got distracted. I talked about Nate Oates. Oh, yeah. So this one kind of opened me up. I think this is also going to be one of those, especially given what we saw in the SEC and the fallout there at Ole Miss. I wonder if this is the season as well, or this offseason, where Chris Beard finally makes a move. Because we've kind of seen the results start to stagnate and what he can really do there, just at Ole Miss. Like you've seen like superhero efforts by Marshall. What the hell was his name?
Henderson.
Marshall Henderson. Thank you. Like back in the day. But outside of that, it's just not a place that I feel like you can win at a high level. And I feel like
that's still an excuse though, Soforo. Like, can you still say that in this day and age?
That's fair. I think so. I think it's still okay because like Boston College, you can't win at Boston College. I don't know why. I don't know why he's going. Why the fuck can I not remember anybody's name? Sorry, I apologize. The son of Bill Murray.
Luke Murray.
Luke Murray. Why can I don't know why I'm forgetting names today. It's dementia. I'm 36. I just turned 36, and now dementia's setting in. It's happening. It's been a long day. But Luke Murray, like going to Boston College, makes no sense to me. Like I know you want a job and you want to go be a head coach, but like that's where you're gonna go. Your career's gonna die. It's just like I don't think.
And Brad Underwood, who were started in like the nether levels of D2. So
Brad, how long has Brad Underwood kind of been like stuck in the? He's been kind of like wandering. You know what I mean? Like Illinois has been. He ain't been. Yeah, I say he hadn't been all that at Illinois. It's been a long grind to get here.
The Final Four, though, so maybe that's like his magic power is that he can hire a guy who's good at international recruiting, or like maybe he just keeps reinventing the wheel. You know, I do get what you're saying though. If you're Luke Murray and you already are established, I mean, like, do you think John Shire would have had to go to freaking like way out of the way to some like freaking like? Yeah. I don't know, UConn. I mean, not UConn. I was thinking UConn football. Like, I don't know, like Belmont basketball or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
like I'm saying Dan Hurley's gonna like retire or anything, but it's like if you are already at that level, I feel like it is rare to kind of go to like a little bit of an offshoot. Just stay at the top of the game with.
It's such a weird gamble because like outside of those guys, I don't know where else you could go to start off in that level. Like, there's no way Shire anywhere else. I just don't know where else would hire him unless it's just this is a Krzyzewski guy and we're gonna ride with him and we believe in him. Like NC State, maybe he could start at NC State. You know what I mean? Which is also gonna be interesting with Will Wade gone. And they talked about Josh Schertz, and then Josh Schertz put out a denial today, which is I thought was just kind of long. And no, to the people that want to say it, I don't. It's not that I want Josh Schertz. It's just the joke was always he was going to be at the JCC with Phil Baker and people like that. And I just feel like if guys are this is the same thing with Pat Kelsey. If guys are so accessible, I almost don't like it because, like, well, okay, I'm putting my
sleazy.
I'm kind of putting but I'm kind of putting my foot in my mouth because I'm saying I don't want them to be accessible. Like Rick Pitino was not accessible. I don't really even feel like Chris Mack was to a point. Kenny Payne was not, and he sucks. But just what we talked about last week about Pat Kelsey came in and he was super accessible for like a week and a half. And then it was
almost grateful. It's like, dude, this isn't Disney World. You need to be ready for the job. Like, it's a job.
But
this isn't a Make-A-Wish.
But then he went full the other way, and now you can never get him unless you're Jeff Goodman, and that's the only time that you can get any kind of conversation with him. So then now that's why that rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. I feel like overall, I think in the end, I'd want you to be a guy. Don't come in from the beginning. Don't come in from the beginning at all being relatable. Like, I don't need that. I'm gonna be scared of you. I'm gonna put it on the table, and we're gonna get our ass to work, and we're gonna win basketball games. And fuck you if you don't like what I'm doing. Like,
what you're saying is you want a real psycho.
I kind of wanted Danny Hurley or Nate.
We're on the same page, and I don't like how this is interfering with my dating life. I think we do need to separate the two.
And I think maybe we start breaking down. Okay, this is the guy you went for. Well, maybe he should be a coach. He's a coach in your life. He's not He's not. Okay? Yeah, he's
gonna make you run a lap.
This ain't marriage material. This isn't the marriage material guy. This is the coach material guy. That's what you need. The obvious choices are Kenny Payne or Richard Pitino for Kentucky. There you go. Thank you, Anthony. Chris Grace is the first time.
I do get, but I feel that just revisiting really quickly, I feel the same way about Mark Pope. This is why we're so good together, Soforo, because you'll say something, I'm like, wow, that kind of just reignited like a latent thought or like that I had, but I never really verbalized it in my brain. But it's like, I feel like that is part of the issue with Mark Pope. It's like, don't act like you're just so fucking happy to be there. Like, where's a guy with like huge confidence that it's like, no, like I've been waiting for this damn job and I've been waiting to prove everybody wrong. And I'm not scared. And I don't feel like you should feel lucky. I think that's like a thing that people did like Pat Kelsey for. It's like he respected the job, right? In a way that Kenny Payne didn't.
You're lucky.
But it's also like, I don't want it to be like it's a Make-A-Wish thing and you're like, I just can't believe I'm walking these hallowed halls. It's like, no, I want you to feel like you're the man and you were born to do it. You don't give a shit and you're just there to coach good basketball. Like, almost be unaware of that and just fundamental wise, that's what your focus is.
Well, it was just such a different dynamic having Rick and having Cal. And like with Rick, I was so young that I didn't understand the dynamics of coaching and press conferences and all that and stuff. So I just grew up with it. I grew up being, that's the guy who he goes out there, he sits there, he kind of holds court, he does his thing, and you appreciate his time and he goes on and whatever. But there are some, journalists or guys who will, hit him over the head with a couple questions and he'll come back at him and all that. But there's always that respect level. Now it's like I don't know. It's such a weird game. There's guys who, they urinate themselves like in conversation with the media. They fill their diaper. They get angry about all this stuff. And it's just like guys that don't know how to hold themselves to the, exactly. And it's just, that's the difference. Louisville and Kentucky have had coaches here for so long, for the majority of our lives, that have been bigger than the jobs. And those people are so rare.
Bigger than life. Because they're Italian, baby. So it's like, I don't know.
It is.
It's like, don't go in there and whine about shit. It's like, don't pull back the curtain on whatever. It's like, we need a boomer dad coach. I'm sorry. Like, should I apply? I don't know. I might be the perfect candidate.
You might be. Coach, you wear the fur coat out there. I want you fur coating it up. Big glasses, sunglasses. And you just...
yelling at people. I'm gonna tell a ref to take laps, and we'll see how long I last in the job.
It's like Kim Mulkey and Pitino had a basketball baby, and that's you.
That's me. I'm gonna put that in my bio and see how many dates I get after that.
Like Kim Mulkey and Rick Pitino had a basketball baby.
They're like, she's a basketball. She's a basketball scary baby. And what can we do?
At least right now, you've got better skincare regimen than either. That's the one thing when Streeble's. Okay, I'm not doing looks. We're not doing the looks thing. Like I ain't doing looks. Okay, but Kim Mulkey, she needs to just moisturize the skin a little bit. Like I understand you're getting older, but like just moisturize it a little bit. Just a couple. Just
some water.
Just a little lotion. Just a little lotion on this. It puts the lotion on the skin. That's all I ask, please.
Andrea is crying. I just heard it cry.
Exactly.
I heard it cry.
Dougie Hudson.
Like with the respect, it's almost like The Office, where it's like, do you want to be feared or loved? And Michael Scott is like, I want people to fear how much they love me.
How much
thing. It's almost like with your dad, right, or something. It's like, I don't want him to be like. It's like you need to be, or like any parent. Your mom. I'm scared of both my damn parents. Okay,
yeah.
It was like,
oh yeah,
both of them. It's like you need a little bit of healthy fear, and as a society, we have lost this. And I don't respect any child who does not fear both parents into old age, like me. You know.
I was talking with someone the other day. Actually, it's funny. And the situation, it was involving my kids and everything. And I'm like, no, I remember when I was a child, I was scared of my mom. Like she was going to go off on me.
Last night when I was out, I was like, oh my God, she's mad at me. And what did I even do? She's speaking in code. I couldn't relax or have fun the rest. I'm like, I don't even want another drink. I just have to think about this. I have to put in ChatGPT of why she.
Well, I'm out of that now, but I'm glad you still got. But like when I was a child, it was different because I was like, she's gonna yell at me, the wooden spoon's gonna come out, whatever it is, it's gonna. My wife has adopted. My wife has adopted the wooden spoon, the Italian, whatever thing. You know, I'm not saying we abuse our kids. I'm not saying that. No, it was her idea, and it's honestly it's worked. Luca, my oldest son, is. I mean, he's. And yes, I'm a large adult son, but I am not. But like he's bigger than I was at that age. Like he is just like, and not like I'm not saying fat. Like he is strong. He is whatever. Yeah. Like he's a little hoss. So
you're your little offensive lineman. Oh my God, my dog just jumped off and she's not scared of me. I'm a bad mom.
She's not. Yeah, you got to put a little fear in the honey. But no, but like she's had to resort to the spoon because sometimes it's the old normal spankings, and that's how it was as a kid too. I could take a hit. That's fine. It's over. It's just, you gotta do something. Oh, see me. It's
oh my God! I am so sorry.
The middle name comes out. Well, it's also the the psychological stuff worked. Put me in the corner, stare at a wall for like 30 minutes to an hour. I don't know what the time is. Like that would do me in. It's like
since preschool, it was like change your clothes one more time before school, ground me. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Nothing's changed in my life.
I'll take a hit. That's I'll be fine. Dougie Hudson did ask Justin, what are your thoughts that you all might get Quinn Ellis? Are Cards fans excited about him? Yeah, I think a lot of fans are. I am cautiously optimistic. I'm seeing by your thing. I'm guessing you're a UK fan by the Blue Wildcat AI thing. I am cautiously optimistic. It was a weird. I don't know how aware you were of it, Anna, when that happened. It was on like Wednesday or Thursday or whatever, but I think it was Wednesday. So this is a player I didn't even until that day happened. I didn't know too much about him, but I did watch a lot of video on him. I mean, he's a tall, long. Like he's like what's he like 6'7" or something like that, 6'8", something for a point guard. He's a big guy. He's tall. He's British.
A point guard?
I think he's like 6 something. He's like something that big. Is he? Or maybe I'm off. Or maybe he's playing in the Italian league. So maybe they're a bunch of little Italian people. But like he's playing in the Italian league. But he is a British point guard, and he's long. He's long. It's weird. It's weird, right? Is that? But well, he's British. He's British, but he ain't that British. If that makes sense. Like if you look at him, he didn't look British. Well, let's just say that.
So he got nice teeth.
He's got nice teeth. He's got a tan. He's got a tan to him. You know all that. He's a good. I'm excited about. I think he'd be a good player. The thing is with me, so he plays for. He's in the Serie A. Which like Serie A, like I'm a Juventus fan. They're Serie A for soccer, and I think it's the same kind of like they also do that with like that league as well in basketball and stuff. But I don't remember what team he plays for. It's red. It's not a team that I recognize from
overseas in Italy.
He played. Yeah, he's playing in Italy. He's playing. Yeah. He's playing in Italy. But multiple teams have been linked with him. Kentucky most recently was the one that they were like really saying Pope was going like, I'm not trying to say he's going all in on him, but they thought highly of him and they thought Pope was really going to try to lock him down. additionally, Duke is another team that kind of came into the picture. And they, whenever Duke comes in and Shire, it's like, and which is like, I know it's funny just thinking about like Strebel and his rants about Shire, but kind of is. If they come in there, they'll probably get him if they want him. Kind of.
They get every good player, and it's humiliating.
Yeah.
Does Strebel not agree with that?
Well, no, he does now. Early on, it was the Shire's got him ready. Shire's whatever, all that kind of stuff that he liked to do. Oh, sorry, by the way, I do have to play this cut. The
Spite of my ass.
he went on his rant about Donovan Mitchell, and so many people got mad. I made a reel, or actually no, shout out Tanner Brunemesso. He sent me the audio, and then I made a reel off of it. And so many Louisville fans, and I get it as a Louisville fan, like they got mad at him because he was going at Donovan Mitchell and all that stuff. Guys, if you haven't already, do me a favor, smash like, hit subscribe button while I'm telling the story. But anyway, his rant or whatever, and I cut it. There's more to it, but I just thought this is the perfect way to end it. Was him
spite of my ass.
He took shots at Donovan Mitchell, mainly about the Michael Brown stuff and that whole situation. Anyway, about Quinn Ellis,
Donovan Mitchell, like what?
Well, he's the reason that Michael Brown came to Louisville, and he was saying to Donovan Mitchell, basically his kind of thing was, if you're going to bring somebody, bring a dog, bring somebody who's going to play, not somebody who's going to sit on the bench when they feel a little bit. He just wanted to have, Strebel. He wanted his moment to go yell and scream at a Louisville guy. He doesn't really care. He just, it's his moment. It's his moment to yell and scream and have a funny rant or whatever. Real quick, and then Quinn Ellis, I like the kid. I'm hoping they get him. It's weird to me, all the stuff that came out that day, all the news, all the things, the excitement surrounding it. And then it was just kind of like okay, so here's what happened. I was driving into work at Wednesday morning, and like Pat Kelsey puts out a tweet, a little winky face, a little wink, just a little wink. And yes, but you don't know this because Mark Pope doesn't have a Twitter because he's scared to be on Twitter. He's not going to interact with fans at all.
Scared of his shadow.
Yes, but like Pat Kelsey interacts sometimes, or not interacts. He just puts stuff out there, and he put out a wink, a wink face, just like people blew out like, what's this about? What could this be about? And I had people coming at me because I was saying like, oh, it's got to be about a player or something, and they're like, well, it's opening day for the Reds. Pat Kelsey's a big Reds fan. It could be about that. Let him live his life. And I'm like, man, here's the thing. When you put something, ma'am, it's man. When you put something out there like that, and you're the head coach of Louisville basketball, nobody's going to be over here thinking, oh, he's just happy about the Reds. No, everything you do is put under a microscope. So if you're going to put something out there like that and you're the head coach, just like, Chris Mack used to do, the people didn't like it, the L's up, whatever, with the eyes and all that kind of stuff. But it was a calling card of they landed a play or something.
That's really fucking funny, though. He's just happy about the Reds.
Yeah, that's what they kept saying. And so many people, and I'm like, buddy, if that is, with all the PR missteps we've talked about recently, this is the latest one, if it is. And there were multiple, and I know how stupid this sounds too, because I'm talking about recruiting in this way, but there were a lot of reports that Quinn Ellis was basically locked up for Louisville that day. Yeah. I still haven't seen the commitment out there. The video's doing well. Thank you guys for watching it.
The Reds too. That tag.
But yes, and the Reds came out there and they played. So, but
that's very fun. I'm gonna laugh about that for
but it's also the stupid world we live in. This is the world we live in. You choose to do it. I choose to do it. We care about sports that much that a little winky face emoticon Twitter, and then the whole world blew up.
It's like that camp where they're getting the gun out. They're like, it's go time. It's go time. It's fucking tired. They're like, I'm just happy for the Reds. It's a river. We don't know. That's how it feels to be in this zip code and care about college hoops.
Don't ever. I hope nobody ever tweets a winky happy face about the Reds. Nobody's ever done that.
Anyway, yeah, and much less about the MLB. I'm not trying to let my baseball discrimination enter the show. I was trying to be professional, but basically 9,000 games. You're going to be in a better mood tomorrow if you just give it half a day.
Exactly. Okay? Yeah. There's no room to sit on it. There's no. That's a weird way to put that. Yeah. But there's no way. There's no room to let your emotions really ever get bothered that much. Damn it. Troy says, calling it now.
there's no room to sit on it.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about tonight.
That could be. It could be Streebles too. Call it now. Luke Murray is the next up and coming. He's got a big mountain to climb there at BC, man. Like, have you seen those facilities? Have you seen the status of those games when Louisville played and everybody plays? It's sadder than a high school like basketball arena. Like, I don't know. Like, I hope so.
If you think like BC, like my first thought is like BC football, and not that is like some juggernaut, but like I'm just thinking that says a lot, right? Like it should be a small school. They should have some like Catholic domination there, right? Like Boston, but no, like they missed the boat. So why would we think that they can sail it now?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And sorry, I'm going through this chat now, and I see there's a conversation back and forth about the whole Ellis thing. People are saying, "Oh, now he wanted 2, now it's 5 million or whatever." Okay, I don't know. We'll see.
Shit. Oh my god, I'm sick of that. Also, can I just say, I feel like the guy from Michigan is a liar, because whatever he said about UK, like they were offering 7 or 9 million, but then what was it? I shouldn't have even brought this up because I'm having dementia as well because it's your birthday. And I cannot remember. There was something else he was talking about, like in a presser or something. I was like, I feel like that guy is lying. I don't know why. That was an intrusive thought. But
who was it?
That Yaxel guy. He sounds like a city in Luxembourg.
Oh, yeah. He said that Kentucky offered him 9 mil. Was it? Is that what it was? Yeah, they offered him 9 mil. Or was it? Wait,
other fucking lie in a presser, and I was like, you cannot trust that fucking thing this guy says.
Yeah,
go back to Luxembourg. We're not from there, but it's spelled like that.
Additionally, if they offered you 9 mil and you didn't take it, you're an idiot.
You need a new financial advisor.
You're either yeah. I would do that. I would in a heartbeat
on that team and get generational wealth. That's what's pissing me off. Yes.
Guys in here, Chris Curry. God. If Kentucky were to hire NATO, it's the jokes they would make: chalk line you, body bag nation, full court press charges, pickpocket and roll. I like pickpocket and roll. That's a good one.
Good.
But again, exactly. Drew Hoskins, shout out, one of our members. If you haven't already, if you enjoy the stuff we do here on the channel, we're gonna hopefully with this off season, we're gonna have a lot more content we're gonna be pumping out there. But Drew Hoskins, one of our members who we really appreciate, who helps to support the channel, consider joining the member squad. There we're gonna do more things, add more emojis, and then maybe additional content things that we can do to get them involved too. Anna for AD over head coach, so you'd be athletic director now.
I would say I would be the worst one, but looking at how LSU athletics is run right now, I'm like, it could be run by Anna Tarullo. We bring in all the hoes, we bring in all the strippers, we bring in a good time. We make strippers that say hey, and we're having fun. That is the type of program I would lead.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe bad ethics, but we're having fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It is. You know what? Actually, let's just go ahead and talk about that. That was on my list down there, so I want to get to it before it gets too late. LSU now with the triple threat: Will Wade, Lane Kiffin, Kim Mulkey. Is this like your secondary team now? Is this your like?
This is what I dream about. And listen, I just started a new job, and I'm working at this like aesthetics place, and it is so fun, and everything is like you're moving and grooving, and there's like a lot to figure out. And what it's taught me about myself is like I operate fairly well in chaos and maybe like a little bit of dysfunction. And maybe that is what say what you will, do a full psyche eval on me, whatever you want to do. Yep. I'm like, maybe with news it's worse, right? But I'm like, there's something internally wrong with me that feels great to me. I'm like, let's go. Something insane. It could be Real Housewives. We don't even know. Someone could get arrested today. Someone's going to be cheating. We know. And I'm like, that's how I feel LSU is. And maybe it's just like there's this little trashy piece of my heart that feels good about it. And I'm like, I want to be there. And I want them to all be successful. I don't even want to watch it implode. I just want to know because it's because they're loud and outspoken and they don't give a fuck. And LSU doesn't give a fuck. The athletic department doesn't. And they will hire they ain't scared. They ain't scared what the nation has to say. They will hire the biggest, brashest personality, but they will big dog you too, like they did for Lane Kiffin, and say, you win if Ole Miss wins, you're not even there, and they win postseason, we paying you. So like there's some big body part energy going on there, but also a little bit of chaos. And I'm like, that sounds like something that I'm into. That sounds like something that I like and want to be a part of. And also, again, shout out to Drew Hoskins, because he did send me an LSU football shirt like a few months ago, and it said Tarullo, but like instead of an O, it was like EAUX. And I was like, yeah. And if you just watch any like Twitter video, whatever, of like Mardi Gras, I'm like, these people get it. Everything's a celebration. Let's hire the craziest court jesters and see how it plays out. But they're not just stupid and trashy and crazy and chaotic and dramatic. They're also good coaches. So maybe people need to be a little bit less Mitch Barnhart and a little bit more like come to the laissez-les-bon temps roulette, which means let the good times roll, baby. And it could end in indictment. We don't know, but we're gonna enjoy it. Okay, and maybe we'll wear some beads, Mardi Gras beads. So.
I love, like, I've gone multiple times to New Orleans for bachelor parties and all that. I know it's not the same city, but I love the vibe down there. I you know, if LSU, see, the problem is at this point, the problem is I've never been a second team guy. There was a time when Louisville,
I'm 12 second teams.
Well, yeah. Well, you have Georgia because you went there too. So, like, you know, right?
They ain't on the list right now.
They, you know, okay, there you go. But like with Louisville, especially during when they, you know, fired Rick and everything, I was like, oh, I might have to find a second team to like, you know. I mean, we're getting during Kenny Payne era, I definitely needed that. There are certain teams that are on there, but like, did I maybe I'll wear it next year that we do? Did I get a St. John's pullover? I'm not saying I did or didn't. But
Tarullo, IU football.
Did it right? Did Creighton Harley send me a little pregame go Johnnies? Yes, he did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did share a little bonding moment over our love for Rick Pitino and the Johnnies. That being said, LSU. My problem with Will Wade, I think Will Wade can do good. I just don't know if Will Wade, like, I get that they have the previous relationship. I don't know if I think he's that great of a coach. You know what I mean? Like, he's slimy. He does all this stuff. Do I think he can win a national title? I don't really. See, I know a lot of people were high on like Louisville. They were saying Louisville go after him. What is it about him? What is it about him that like that people are so high on him about? I think he's fine.
You know, he did win at LSU before. NC State, it is hard though, because it's like, why can't you win there? But maybe it's like the days of tradition and shit is out, right? I mean, like, maybe that's the whole point of our conversation. I don't get why it wasn't a little bit better there, but I don't know. I feel like he's an up and comer. Like, I feel like he was on the list for a while. Obviously, got derailed. What I keep thinking of when I think of Will Wade, did you see that when they announced they were rehiring him, he like got back in like the Tahoe or the Yukon, whatever it was, his big old car, and they were like, "Hey, like Will, like what's gonna go different this time?" I'm gonna try to follow a little bit more of the rules. And
that's
like,
so good.
Just like there's something wrong with me, and I love the playfulness of it all. But I do think he's a good coach, and
well, it's very similar to the Lane Kiffin. He and Lane Kiffin are similar personalities, right? Like they come off as similar kind of, you know, that kind of like don't give a bleep, whatever. And I could see that's why you like them.
I think that comes. We need to grow up. Like what's going on?
Probably it's probably again. No. I think it's fine for coaching. It's fine for coaching for relationships for personal relationships. We're going to work on this. We're going to work on this with you. Personal relationships. We don't want that. We want it for coaches. Coaches, it's great. For
I
winning.
Make a few good decisions. I'm seeing Jack Plummer on my TV screen right now.
Right. But I mean, also like look at Rick. Relationships, not so great. Not so good. Marriage, not so great. Marriage.
No, I'm frozen.
So are you frozen? No, you're fine for me. It's just probably your computer because I can see you fine. Oh wait, no, now you are. Now she is frozen. We'll see. We might have to get her to pop back in. That being said, we'll see. We will get that rectified. Additionally, and I'm gonna
wait a minute.
Yeah, she's back. Okay,
did you hear all of that? I was like, "Fuck no! I'm gonna refresh." Okay, good.
No, I didn't. But you're back. No, you're good. You're back, so it's working. That being said, yeah, the whole situation with Will Wade. What's funny too, you calling him an up and comer. I'm like, he's been around for long enough now that it's like, but
he was on the hot list. Give me that. He was on the hot list.
But he's still got enough of that young look, I guess, that maybe I could see. You know what I mean? Like he's still, or does he not look that young? I feel like he looks young enough that it's.
I think it's like his posture. He's always just like doing weird things like that. He's always
he's like a high schooler that doesn't give a fuck. Is what it is. I don't care.
Just like his body is just kind of like not just like that you would like to see, But it's fine. We're not. Yeah. I think he's doing great.
Okay. Guys, do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, we appreciate the support. Consider joining the member squad if you haven't as well. Let me go ahead and just give one more shout out to our friends over at Barnes Auto Service. Barnes Auto Service, anything going wrong with your car, they can take care of it. They will fix you up and get you back on the road quickly. They're a local, good, family-friendly business. Definitely have been a big sponsor and supporter of the station here recently. If you haven't already, you can see their some of their graphics and stuff on the latest reel we did talking about Tyron Stokes and the situation there. We talked about maybe Andy Sweeney had Travis Branham on there, that maybe John Calipari in Arkansas might get involved with that one, since it looks like Kentucky's fully dropped the ball there. Jason Hart's gone.
Take his ass. Don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who would want the number one player in the recruiting class? I mean, he's probably got bad attitude. Bad attitude. Like I said, every time I don't get a player, bad attitude. Didn't like him. Didn't want him. He's bad family. Bad family. Bad attitude. No,
His third cousin said something really weird and may have done prison time, and so let's keep that away.
The mom and the sister, we didn't need them. We didn't need the mom, specifically the mom.
But you mouthy.
Exactly. Additionally, and now I guess we've not wasted, but we've done all this and we touched a little bit on Louisville, Kentucky. I would be remiss if we didn't actually get into that a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah. You think that's probably that probably the right move? You think at almost 11 o'clock at night is that the right move?
I'd say that they would want to hear my good opinion.
Maybe just your opinion on that. So mainly, really, it's a lot of Kentucky stuff. We've talked about it on the channel here already, the Louisville side, but right now is like the great purge of the bluegrass when it comes to these college basketball teams. Louisville said goodbye to Brian Cloman, which is kind of a shocking one to me, who I thought was highly respected and pretty good with the recruiting, especially with guys.
He's great. I like BK. He's a friend of mine. He's that's a good dude. Yeah.
And so that was one that I thought was kind of weird. Additionally, Thomas Carr, who went to Indiana. I could understand Carr, I guess overall, just when it comes to Louisville, I understand moving on. There's a little bit of the hint of worry. I saw a few people talking about this, but I do tend to kind of agree with them. And that was like the Chris Mack kind of thing of like going 0 to 100 with replacing staff members. And it's like, maybe just like, and maybe, and I don't believe the story of like Brian Cloman going to Auburn. Yeah, you want to go, you're really excited. It was an opportunity you couldn't pass up. Maybe it was. Maybe you know better than I do. But like, you really couldn't pass up going to work for Stephen Pearl, who's probably only going to be there for a couple years and then gone.
No. And hadn't he been with PK's like multiple years at Charleston and
since Hofstra? Yeah, since Hofstra. Yeah, for like over a decade. They've been together. So.
And listen, like I know BK, I know he's got like his hand in a few like different endeavors. Like he's a great mind, right? Like he's I feel like he's very tuned in to like a current landscape of what's going on in terms of NIL and whatever, even media, right? Yeah. That one is when I saw it. Like I think I saw that he posted something and I was very surprised by that, because I think that's really the only Louisville kind of like staff member that I'm familiar with, or like on like a like can like as a friendly basis, right? So that one like very much surprised me for sure.
Well, and additionally, they moved him beginning of this year to like a front of house
like
role, which I was like, GM front of house kind of whatever thing, and I'm like, it's the one guy that we really trusted the most. Like that didn't make any sense to me, and like I'm fine with and I'm not saying get rid of Donovan Mitchell or not Donovan Mitchell, jeez. Peyton Siva or guys like that. No, Peyton Siva actually did something while he was at U of L. Anyway.
I feel like they're not like replaceable in that way. Like I know Cloman, like he's like I feel like his dad was it's like he's like a lifer, right? It's like you're born into it, and it's like you just get it. It's just like in your blood, like the coaching. Yeah. So I feel like that wouldn't even be like a replaceable thing, but so it makes even less sense. Is my point.
Yeah, and Thomas Carr is another one supposedly, and then I know I'm not the first one to say this. I've Rutherford said it. Phil, a bunch of people have said this. It looks like, in the future, Louisville's going to just replace both of those guys with one role. I don't know if that's to maybe just put all the money in one guy, or if it's to put a smaller amount of money and then they can focus some of those funds elsewhere, recruiting, yada yada, all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Is that like transactional now? Like, can you do that now? Because I know for a while people were like, Stoops is we were out there with our pitchforks. I was leading the pack, and I was like, he's getting $9 million. Give it to a good quarterback. And it's like you can't, like, it's not transactional in that way. But I don't know if that's even. But I think things are so much now. It could be.
It may not be. I'm honestly not sure about that. I'm just trying to, in my mind, understand why you would replace 2 for 1. But I guess if you already kick Cloman out,
that Cloman would leave. Like, how do you, as a Louisville fan, what does that say? What was
Carr? I was fine. Carr, I was like that. Carr, that's fine. I could deal with that. Yeah. Cloman, that one was like, okay, something like things should be wrong here. Is like what it said to me. Because it's like that's the that's the guy that everybody looked to was like that instilled the most confidence in you.
Was he when like it comes a big guy to kind of Calipari? Was he kind of ever like that or not really? No,
I think he was. I mean, I think he was like a legit real coach. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think he was, which is why I thought, which is why it was so weird.
John Robick, who was like his X's and O's
guru. Yeah, but also like you need like Pitino had. Willard, Ralph Willard, guys like that he'd bring in, you know, guys who could get in his ear. Richard was the same thing for him. His son would do that too, would challenge him with situations like that.
In the crowd at the St. John's game, me and my dad, like, I'm just an old man. Me and my dad were like, oh my God, it's Richard! It was like our whole family was like, Richard! Nobody else cared.
Did you see?
Like,
did you see Lieberman there? So
no!
So Lieberman and Diener went. They were both there. They were both there. I didn't see Diener, and I wasn't really looking, but I did see Rummage say that Lieberman was there. And that's also an interesting one. You know, we've had talks with, you know, maybe Louisville could give Lieberman an opportunity. You know, I'm just saying maybe that'd be a guy. He's a guy, a lot of experience. He comes from the coaching tree. I'm just saying.
So ESPN trying to make it out the hood. Like, give her a guy a chance. All right? We're all on this train.
And this is just me talking, not saying anything, but it's just, you know, it's something like when you know somebody or met somebody or like you feel like you're too close to them, then it feels like maybe I don't know. Like, you know, it's weird advocating. Does that make sense? Or it's like, you know, it's like, I can't know somebody who could do the job that we need. Does that make sense? And this is not a reflection on him because I think he is that guy. Because I could listen.
Agree. But it's almost like it sounds weird to say it like this. I don't want to be like a fantasy thing, but even like it's like covering UK sports when I did and stuff. It was like, you almost I don't even know how to say it. It's like you almost want these people to be like untouchable, like they're like you
like
want
Rick and Cal
to be so great that they're half God, right?
Yeah,
that they're 3/4 of the way a god, and it's like I don't even want you to be. I'm sorry, I'm sharing the air as you, Hercules. Yeah. Like I don't even want you in my. I don't even want to know your. I want you to be an AI bot. I don't really want you to be a real guy.
Yeah, you want it to feel weird. Yeah, you want it's weird. It's such a weird like
I'm not worthy. Like that's. I feel like the two little things in Hercules where they're like, "We are worms." Like,
we don't do idolatry here, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree with that. It's almost like that's, and I think that's probably a part of it too. Is like Lieberman's too good of a guy. It's like he's too good. He's like it's like
station.
Well, and then like. Great. Like of people like, and I know if you've listened to the station, people, whatever, when Lieberman's on and he's breaking down game footage or game film and stuff like that, I could listen. There's very few people, coaches or whatever, that I could listen talk about like, you know, just X's and O's and stuff. I really have the time. I'll be like, I don't give a shit. Do the takes, just do the hot takes kind of stuff. But like,
when I would feel like cerebral as Mike won, like I would have a Lieberman on, and he would just like, it was like just an interview. I was just like, all right, well, tell me what, like, if the guy goes under the screen, like, what would happen? Just,
no, like, it's fascinating. Just hearing his mind and how he breaks down stuff. I can understand why he was, you know, with Richard and with Rick, and you know, on those teams. I mean, on the team that won went to the Final Four in 2012. So, you know, got a good acumen there. I would love to see him get an opportunity at Louisville. I mean. We'll see, or anywhere, obviously, but you know that's just my 2 cents.
Back there. I'm campaigning for it.
Yeah, absolutely. real quick as well. Yeah, sorry, that was the Louisville side. We'll see what happens. Again, not a lot of names have been put out there about who they could be looking at or where they could go for that. But we'll keep you covered every step of the way here whenever that comes out. That being said, Kentucky, on their side, some of the latest things that have developed there, Matt Jones had put out that Kentucky will be parting ways with Coach Alvin Brooks the third. Is it the third or something like that? I think the third. Alvin Brooks would be out. Additionally, three things. Let's just. I'm just going to list the three things that happened this week, and then we can just talk Kentucky. Let's just do that. Kentucky lands 4-star commit point guard Mason Williams. He's described as a culture commit. He's the son of Mo Williams. He can score on all three levels, is what they say. And then just for you, Anna, he is the number 125 recruit overall on 247 Sports. So there you go, Mason Williams.
He's a culture commit.
Which is
he's nice to people and he's honest. He has never stolen money.
That's the art. Okay. Yeah, that's what that was put out there. Which will probably be good because Kentucky's going to need to replace their outgoing point guard. Well, they haven't had another point guard for most of the season. But Jaland Lowe has announced that he's entering the transfer portal. It's not really a surprise, but do we care? Like, do we care?
Okay. All right. So I will say this. Let me preface this with Pitino has like one point guard. Like there's injuries, whatever. You spend that much on I need to really watch my language, but I'm not going to do it tonight. That's going to be my goal for next week.
Next week, yes.
Pitino, like there's been too much fucking chatter on like, oh, you spent that much money on a roster and you have zero brain cells that like you really couldn't get, I don't know, just like reliable backups, more than one point guard. You spend that much fucking money and you can't figure it out that like the one guy who's going to be out that's going to really probably have the biggest detriment is your point guard and you couldn't plan for that with all the money you had. Okay, so now let me go to this. My initial knee-jerk reaction was like, lack of confidence in Mark Pope. He didn't want to be there anymore. Writing was on the wall. Didn't like it. Because I respected Jaland Lowe. I thought he was good for what he did. Yeah. But then I kind of, that was like the first, let's give that viewpoint 30 seconds, right? And so then I went into, let's maybe look at it as a sign of growth. And I think if you compare this with like the assistants who are parting ways, like maybe Pope is trying to make the right move. Like what would your ideal situation after this past season be? Don't fucking recruit players with a previous history, a very recent history of injury. Like I don't give a shit. It is on you for bringing in Jaden Quaintance when you don't know how he's going to come back from the injuries he had. Same thing with Jaland Lowe. Great. I see the talent there. I respect that, but maybe it's good. That's not your guy, especially shoulder injuries, right? It's like, you can it's never a guarantee that they will come back and be as good as they were, that it won't. It's so easy to re-injure them, right? So optimistically, I'm really hoping in my heart, it was like, all right, we can't completely depend on this. Let's see what else is out there that could be more reliable. But injuries are injuries. They can happen at any time. They can happen at camp. They can happen early in the season. Doesn't matter. But if I'm going the positive route, maybe he's cleaning house with assistants and at the point guard position to bring in something a little bit more reliable, a little bit less a chance. Overall, big picture, does that change how I really feel about my confidence, or does that change my confidence level in Mark Pope? Not really. I think he just got his ass beat this year and he knew he needed to make some decisions, and the offseason was going to be a long ass fucking offseason. And especially when you're not getting recruits, you need to do something. So I guess knee-jerk reaction, I was like, I think it's okay. Like, let's focus on somebody completely healthy where, that would be the big difference maker in the season. If you want to go on between this season and the next one. Like, if you want to go on like, well, he had all these injuries, but they stayed injured and they were backups. And like, if they were all healthy, it would have been fine. Fuck off. Like, everybody has injuries. So I'm okay with it. Let's get somebody fully healthy, but all right, you can't predict the weather. Let's say get two fucking good point guards then. Like, don't leave it up to one guy. I think my biggest foundational problem is just the decision-making in general. And I think I just don't get it. I just have an extreme lack of faith in Mark Pope, and I wish that was not the case, but it's worse than I think I'm even ready to admit to.
It's the worst part about having these conversations is because we talked about it last week. We talked about it the week before. It's that constant feeling of like, we're going to do this, but like, it doesn't matter how long we do this because we just don't believe in these guys.
No.
I kind of want to play a sound, and let me see. I'm working here. Sorry, that's why I've been kind of like moving stuff around. If it looks like I'm looking at whatever off of the screen, there's a reel that we had made, and it doesn't hurt to also plug some of our shows and stuff like that. Andy Sweeney and The Take, noon to 3, him and Nick Valvano, who he and I have become unofficial enemies. I think just pure rivals. It's just become a bit. It's me. It's mostly me.
Because like me and you, how we started out.
Exactly. Except for Nick and I started out loving each other. Now it's like a battle every time.
Like, I don't know if she really hates me or
exactly. But like with Nick, it's more of a I go at Nick because the coaching fraternity bull crap and all that. It is, and it's easy. I throw out the, we'd be on year 5 of the Kenny Payne thing if it were up to Nick, and that's what I do. And I think today I texted him. I said something along the lines of that's because like there's the Bobby bump and whatever, and I was trying to think whatever. Nick would be like, "Oh, it's year 5. It's everybody knows that's the Kenny climax. That's when that would happen, and we'd be winning, and it'd be the best thing that could happen." No, I made that up. I'm talking like I'm Nick.
Like that,
but yes,
that's like an A1 impression. Like
that's what it makes me feel like it would be that Nick would say. All right, I thought it would just only show a little bit. Okay, whatever. This reel, I just want to play with this. What our guy Mike DeCourcy had to say on Andy's show regarding, I guess, basically Mark Pope coaching hire, whatever. I just want to get your reaction to it. So let me see.
Is it playing?
Is it not? Can you not hear it?
I can't hear it.
Son of a bitch. It's because it's my fault. It's muted. Got it. Okay. I'm glad we just sat there in silence. Let me play it now. Give me a thumbs up if you hear it when I start playing, okay?
Oh, man, that wasn't good enough. We should do it. We should go get a new coach. When that's the reaction, I'm telling you, you're not building anything like that. I believe that Mark has to build better, that you can't just go shopping every year. You have to build. Look at the teams in this Sweet 16, Houston, Purdue, Michigan State. What do they have in common? They're built. They didn't go shopping. They built. You can't react to everything that goes wrong as this is a disaster. We have to move on. Because if you do that, if the passion of your fan base is always oriented toward that, then you're constantly changing. And the constant change isn't any better in that position than it is on the roster.
No!
LOWEISVILLEPURGE.com to gear up for your next big play.
No. So
actually, that's really good. I'm glad. Did that come through? Did that ad come through?
Yeah.
Which is perfect because Louisville Ladder, real quick before we get her response, Louisville Ladder is our latest sponsor that Phil also sent me. Check out Louisville Ladder, your needs for all construction, anything you got going on. The strongest ladder in the game, Louisville Ladder. Your boy uses it. I got one that I bought back when I was dumpster diving, and this is not a joke, when I was private investigating for, not really dumpster diving. This makes me sound like I'm Charlie, what's his name? You ever watch,
Sunny?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, like I'm Charlie Day and Always Sunny.
Hey,
or yes. Yeah, I'm the Frank. I'm the trash man. Anyway, no, it was medical trash, and it was like making sure they were. It was all the stuff. It was all just paper, but it was like I had to get in there.
Is that what they're calling Mark Pope on the streets?
Yes, they're medical trash. Anyway, I don't know why I went to that one, but I have a ladder that I bought for that purpose that I do. It was well-paying jobs, though, so it was worth it. Anyway.
Keeper of the sun.
Yes.
Hey, man.
Let me tell you, I had to memorize that. There's me and my guy, VJ Maheshwari. Shout out VJ if you're watching this. He is my fraternity brother at U of L. And during my pledging, I had to memorize the Dayman Nightman song with him. And we had to perform it together and whatever. That was part of the pledging process. Yes. Anyway, sorry. Louisville Ladder. Check them out. Shout out Louisville Ladder. The best ladders in the game.
I wish we could get that into the coaching ladder at Kentucky.
we might have to. Anna, your reaction, your response to Mike DeCourcy, who is a national journalist, highly respected in the game. Before you give your take on this, but what's your opinion on what old Mike had to say?
Okay, let me clarify. Was he talking about like cleaning house from current players or coaches? Do you know? Do you have clarity on that?
In that circumstance, I believe he was talking about players, but I think also, I think it was this. I think he was talking about fans wanting to just fire Mark Pope and move on, but at the same time talk about the way that he's doing the job. So many people want to just go out and buy a whole team and go, plug and play instead of going out there and recruiting, guys and building them up. Because you look at the NCAA tournament. I know, like the Sweet 16, they showed. I don't know if you've seen the graphics. But they're all there where it's like these are where all these players started their career, and it's like Purdue has like 4 or 5 Purdue kids. Arizona's got like 4 or 5, or like it's like 3 or 4. Duke has a couple, and then like St. John's is all nobody's heard of St. John's.
Caravan or whatever has been there since 1964, so it's like a little bit different. He saw like the Texas Western team win, and we love that for him. Like that is great, but exactly. I don't know. I really respect and like Mike DeCourcy. I followed him forever, just being a college basketball junkie, and I feel like we've had him on when I was on with Strebel as well.
Yeah.
But I'm going to very respectfully disagree on both sides of the equation, whatever it was. Let's start with coaching. Like if your thing is like, let's just clean house. All right, well, you have head coaches doing that with assistant coaches as we see right now. So I think they do think it's part of the answer. Like, let me get rid of like this support staff before I'm the one being got rid of. But also, let's go back to like 2009 when we got rid of we as in Kentucky got rid of Billy Gillespie. That's the thing. It's different, and I don't want to use that excuse where it's like, oh, it's different at Kentucky than other schools. But I think we're not stupid. Like, let's have more respect for the fan base and for even just a casual viewer when you have eyes and ears and like fundamentally what is not working. It's not just like you had a few bad like play calls or like things just didn't shake out your way. Like maybe you got a bad jump ball, but you were right there competitively. There are foundational problems where you're not fucking playing hard on either side of the court, and you have opposing teams saying, oh, well, we knew they would just lay down. That's a foundational problem. That is a poison that you need to get out immediately. And then I also disagree. And like, listen, if you're in sports media, I understand. It's just like we were talking about earlier. Sometimes you just got to come up with a take. Like, I don't even think, like, maybe that's not his true religion and he means that with every fiber of his being. We don't know the question that was asked, or like, maybe we do, but we don't know like completely where it came from. Maybe he was just thinking that day. Everybody's allowed to change their opinion. But with players, everybody's cleaning house every year. So why are we putting it on? Everyone is cleaning house every year. So I don't get that. Illinois has multiple transfers, right? Like so many people do. So in any stage of the game, I would say history defies his take on that, because we've seen it with the Kentucky. Unless you most Kentucky coach, any Kentucky coach that has reached year 3 or year 4 has at least made an Elite 8. So like you're looking at continuity from the 1950s. Like this isn't like an NFL NIL, like we're quitting on people too early, like emotional decision. To me, like let's take all of the like ancillary stuff out of it. Either you're doing the job or you're not. And I think that's where Kentucky fans try to give Mark Pope a lot of hope there. And it's like, all right, well, they beat St. John's, they beat Arkansas, they beat Tennessee twice. But it's like, in the big moments that matter, there's foundational problems that like any team, let's bring it back to respect. Any team that I respect doesn't play like that. They don't look like that. So that's the bigger problem foundationally. It's like you're not making the right decisions, or you're not coaching these guys up in a way that's going to be conducive to winning basketball. So I don't think it's like that. It's with Cal, it was a revolving door every year with players. Like, I don't care.
I think, and that's why I tend to think the discussion was, I mean, I'm pretty sure, and because it's just been a little bit since I cut it. Otherwise, I could give you a clear answer on. Yeah. I'm fairly certain it was talking about the coach and firing the coach. It was about people wanting to move on
like
from
Kentucky's done that with Billy Gillespie. And I think UNC gave Hubert Davis way too.
She got taken out. She got taken out by the Pope, the Mitch Barnhart Mark Pope, Gestapo. They have taken out Anna Tarullo. She was given a take, and the next thing you know, they said it's done. She's not allowed to come out here and to talk negatively about these players, about this team, about the way that they're doing this thing. Anyway, guys, do me a favor real quick while we get her back in here. Do me a favor, smash the freaking like button, hit the subscribe button. The Gestapo took her out, but she has come back once again to give her take, to let her be heard, to speak her truth, if you will. They did. The Mark Pope Gestapo. Mitch Barnhart said this is not going to happen today.
Mossad Pope got me. But yeah, anyway, I don't even know what I was saying, but I had like really great points. It was smarter than anything that has been captured on here tonight. So just trust that.
No, you've been carrying the show today, so I appreciate it. I think the one thing I would say, for me, I hate this because I'm doing the Nick Valvano. I'm writing. My cheeks are firmly planted on each side of the fence. It's the only way that I can say it. Them cheeks. They're yes, exactly. It's because yes, technically I am absolutely in your corner, which is we know what we have. He's not going to winning coach. He's not going to be able to. He's not going to lead you to a national title. Like I don't see
players don't respect him.
And as much, exactly. And as much as we want to say that you can work toward it and put together a team that's good enough, I don't know X's and O's. I do know that X's and O's that you're just not going to get it done. On the other side of it, when he talks about part of it is it's an antiquated way of thinking. Like when DeCourcy says that, it very much reminds me of we're talking about 30 years ago. And that's the way that, you come up, you develop, you build, and that's what you put together something like that. The issue for me, though, with Kentucky is because of the scenario that we live in today, which this season is going to be very important for Kentucky fans. I think if you're a Kentucky fan, you're cheering that North Carolina goes out there and gets a big name coach. That they go out there and that they go get a Tommy Lloyd or something like that, because then it tells you that it's possible to land somebody, and that it's not
that because Mitch Barnhart is on his way out. If he weren't, then I'd be like, no, that's just another guy you didn't get. But I do agree with whoever they,
because there's a part of me, and I think a part of you and Streeble and people like that, who would probably say Mitch Barnhart just wanted to go hire Mark Pope. So as soon as he got turned down by I felt like half-handed effort gestures to try to get Scott Drew or to test the waters. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that one's probably better. But like Danny Hurley testing those waters and things like that. Then it was just like, okay, it's open. I don't want to drag this out. I want my guy. He's gonna come, and then he just did what he wanted to do. That's why if it's me. Weirdly enough, I'm cheering for North Carolina to make a big hire, because it says that you can go out there and make a big hire yourself with the right guy in charge. And I know you don't want North Carolina to be good. You don't want them because they're going to overtake you for titles before you know it. You know what's going to happen. I've been cheering. Hey, that's why it's me as a Louisville fan. I've been over here like, hey, North Carolina Duke. Yeah, I want them to win a national title, because if they get 9 before Kentucky, then I'm just sitting back and I'm like, I don't even care. We got 3, depending what day you want to ask.
You're going to do a live that's going to end up on the dark web.
Yeah, exactly. There's a chance, But overall, it's just because I look at it, I'm like, unless you go out there, unless the AD who comes in is a guy who has somebody
aggressive,
if they're aggressive,
I don't know,
or if they just had that relationship built up with somebody out there that they can just be like, I'm gonna go bring him in, because we talked about how many times have we talked about coaches that when their AD leaves, that they want out immediately. I mean. I'm fairly certain the stuff that happened with Bobby Pitino, and the reason he was so bad at the end there was because Tom Jurich got fired, got let go, and he wasn't loyal to anybody else who came in. So he was just like, fuck it, I'm done. Okay, oh well, whatever. Fire me, give me my 19 mil or 14 mil or whatever it was, and let me go, because I was here. Jurich brought me back. We had that relationship. I don't have that here anymore. F it. Kind of thing.
It's that crime mob mentality, baby. We meet with the 5 families. I know I'm a banana. I know it's Lucky Luciano. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, expectations, and it's. But I think that is such a great point, because I think it also boils down to respect of who's hiring you, and it also brings up a point I was going to make a second ago. It confirms it is with Mitch Barnhart, I feel like part of the Mark Pope hire,
Mhm.
and I'm conjecturing, probably speaking out of turn, but it's like I think Mitch Barnhart's MO was kind of hiring people clean slate, could kind of keep under his thumb a little bit. I think Mark Pope was definitely that for Mitch Barnhart. But now that he's leaving, it's like, all right, let's get somebody aggressive in there. But I think that was the big thing. Like, we all know the story of how Mike Pratt had to talk Mitch Barnhart into hiring John Calipari because he just wanted something super clean. And I just think he likes somebody who is not going to put up any fight. And that's Mark Pope's complete personality, right? It's going to be fine. Let's figure it out. It doesn't matter if we're winning. We're like all being friends and everything like that. It's like Mitch Barnhart loved that hire. So like, let's get a little bit more aggressive and like, let's get a sociopath in there.
Yeah.
Let's
get the next Danny Hurley
for ADs. Who can recognize a personality disorder and get a psycho in there. I want a psycho. I don't want good moral. I mean, I do want good morals. I want to win, and I think you need a psycho.
What you want is, I remember I've been diving too much into these. You know who John Kiriakou is? Have you seen any of his stuff? He's the former the CIA whistleblower about waterboarding, and he's just fascinating. His stories, shoving whatever.
I don't believe him.
You don't believe him?
I do, but every now and then he's like, and then my wife tried to kill me, and I was like, I believe you until then.
Are we gonna put?
But I do believe him, but I don't like him.
Are we gonna pour hummus up his ass and that kind of stuff? He talks about that and it kills me. But anyway, he did bring up, it's like, you want a CIA guy because they said they just look for sociopaths. They look for psychopaths, people that don't care about anybody but themselves.
We're hiring Erica Kirk. Erica
Kirk. God,
stop pressing.
She said it. No, she said it. Yeah, I mean, you're right. The eyes. Yeah. Elias to say, how do we know they didn't clone her and replace her? You're way too good at that. Stop. You're way too good at being Erica Kirk. You could be Erica Kirk if you just dyed your hair blonde.
Jesus said that was not a foul. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
That's amazing. I've enjoyed this. Yeah, we don't know that the Pope Gestapo didn't replace Tarullo in those moments, but I feel like she came back swinging just the same. So I think it's still her. It's still her here for now. Well, next week, the next show, if she comes out and she's just smooching up Pope and loving Pope, then something's up. Then we'll have an issue.
Instead of Drewski dressed as Erica Kirk, it's going to be me.
That was wild. That's anyway. Okay. Actually, give me this. We're just going to go off of this, talking about the changes being made or whatever. Given that we talked about this DeCourcy and all that, you mentioned McCollum. You have. Give five guys. Give me 5 guys to be looking at for next year. Because here's the thing. Pray that Mark Pope can be just as bad as he was during this regular season again next year. Because if he's mid,
and that's only gone because of that horrific Louisville game, baby. I don't want a point scored for 6 months.
Yeah, you need. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
go get a Ville.
You got to hope Pat Kelsey doesn't regress to year 1 Pat Kelsey, which even though that I still think that team was better than this team somehow, but Michael Brown came out and balled out against Kentucky that game. Regardless, man, and the one positive you do have, unfortunately, this depends on. I need to see who the AD is, especially if it's just like another Barnhart placement guy. Then it's gonna be like, okay, who cares? We're doing the same thing anyway. But being that it's not gonna be Barnhart, I feel more confident that Kentucky will make a change within a year or 2 years. I'm hoping. It's weird for me to say this because I don't hope it because I don't want y'all to be good. But it's just conversationally, I realize how I hate this for us, for you and me. Like if we were doing this more than 10 years ago now, but 10 years. But like if we were doing this 12, 13 years ago, like how much more fun would this be talking about teams that regularly compete for national titles, NBA prospects, all that kind of stuff. And then, I wouldn't want to do the 2015 through whatever, where Mark Ennis and Jason Anderson and all of them are breaking down, legal whatever transcripts or documents every day. But outside of that,
court filings.
Yes, that's why we want to do this. That's the driving force. Is because Louisville and Kentucky basketball should be competing for national titles or Final Fours.
Yeah. So. Yes. And it's such a steep fall off that I think not everybody has grasped it yet. And I just want to give UK fan base a little bit of cred. I think there is emotional exhaustion after the Stoops thing. And I'm not trying to say I'm the smartest and greatest ball knower, but I was talking a little bit of mad true shit on Stoops for years. And the Kentucky fan base was so we need to give him a chance. We need to just do that. And we need to just work hard and give him a chance and it's going to be fine. And that slowly silenced. And I think Mark Pope would have been given a little bit longer of a leash if we hadn't just gone through it 60 days before basketball season started, right? Or basketball season got in the flow of things. I think people are exhausted. It's all right, I can't do this again. These years of mediocrity, not going to do it. I think everyone just feels exhausted by it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. It's wearing on us. Especially it's just I don't want a mid team. Don't give me mid teams every year. I don't want to talk about Pat Kelsey and how I know he'll maybe win the first round now at this point. And great, I want to be talking about runs. I want to have a whole week, I want to have a whole week in the tournament where I can talk about the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 that are coming off of wins. It just sucks that right now we know. Yeah. Yeah, it's just I'm just tired of, okay, hey, that's cool. We're going to get to the tournament. And I know by the time that we're going to do a show that it's over.
Don't you know what I mean? People like that? It's you're being too hard. It's no, I'm a true fan and I care about this program and the reputation. If I didn't give a shit, I would be happy with losing by 9 million points to Iowa State. But I have a little bit of pride. And
there's so many people that live off, and maybe they're just vocal on Twitter. I don't know. But they live off this these are children and they're doing this stuff for fun and it's all about feel good. It's no, you know how much money we were burning. We were lighting money on fire to try to keep up with this.
Sitting on fuck that. Because all right, sure, if you worked your ass off but why did they play harder when it wasn't the case that way? No, fuck that. No, you're millionaires and you can't even keep your attitude in check. I am a 67-year-old dad. I'm Asian as the shit goes on.
We're old as hell. We're right on that other side of the line now, where we are
topping up. Rebound.
All right. Give me right now.
Oh yeah.
We got to wrap it up soon. Anyway, you gotta go to sleep. I go to sleep. Whatever. We got to start. Sorry. 3 coaches. You can include McCollum. You already said him, but that you're looking at in this next year. For Kentucky, if hope God willing they finally move on.
That's what's so difficult because having just gone through that whole thing in 2024, right? Was it 2020? Yeah, 2024. Yeah. It's all right. I feel like there's nobody new at the table, and if they have, they've made a move that either they haven't proved themselves or they've already told Kentucky no, right?
Yeah.
So it's keep Scott Drew. You go have as many chips and quesos and margaritas as you want, baby. I'm gonna order you a tequila shot extra so you sit your ass down on the table and don't get near my program. I do not want you near it.
You stay there. Yeah. He's had way too many seasons of med to for a couple. And then the one that he wins is during the COVID season, which is it feels like a fake. Feels like a fake championship.
Wikipedia to even remember that wasn't a dream. So anyway. Yeah. I don't know who else I would add. I mean, I think at this point it's okay, there's also the thing of okay, you've tried the up and comer, right? And I tried a sunshine pump with Pope, right?
Yeah.
Danny Hurley says no. His wife says no. The whole family said no. Anybody, I don't know is my point. And I'm not trying to be caught off guard. I haven't been paying attention. I feel there's different avenues.
I did throw a curveball at you. I did throw a curveball.
No, I just I don't know. Maybe that's the beauty and the non-beauty of it is you don't even know what's going to work. I feel previously, historically, you have more of a prediction. You almost feel like a weatherman. It's all right, if these are the conditions, this is kind of what we know is going to happen. You've been a proven assistant or you've been a proven up-and-comer at T2 or whatever. When Mark Pope didn't happen, everybody else told you no. I don't fucking know. I don't know what would work.
I'll do this.
Know. And that's the most honest I can be. It's not because I don't have people in mind. I don't know.
Let's do a combined one. We'll do a combined one. So we'll give you up and comer. Most likely that you could probably get him, or that feels like it at least, is McCollum, Iowa. We'll put him in that slot. You know what I mean? We'll put him there. And then we're gonna go with like I don't want to call it an up and comer, but like a big time now coach. Like this time, you know what I mean? I mean, Lloyd obviously would be one, Tommy Lloyd, but I just don't. I don't think so, because I think what he's building at Arizona, and I think when he did, I think somebody did say though that the athletic director that hired him left. I think somebody said that. Don't take me on my word with anything I say on this, but don't take me on my word. I want to say somebody said that the athletic director that hired him left. So there's a possibility there. I just can't remember where he went. Did he go somewhere in Texas or somewhere south? I can't remember exactly where. He went somewhere else. So that could be one. Maybe if he if he's unhappy there, but he seems pretty damn happy and he's winning at a high
that doesn't feel like a real possibility to me. I think that is a big thing too for me right now, is like why would you leave there? It's like the past coaching search has me so jaded that I'm like, if I were Tommy Lloyd and I'm at a Final Four, I wouldn't leave. And it's not like Arizona's some loser-ass program. Expectations are lower, right? But, like, they still have some basketball pedigree. Like, they won 97. Lute Olson was there. He was great. Like, I know it's been a minute, but I'm like, I just don't see a coach, especially, like, an older coach. I feel like as a long-time assistant, you land somewhere good, you start having some success, and, like, they're too smart to upend that. It's not like a young guy, like a Pitino leaving for the NBA. Right? Like, my greatest dream and wish would be like, build me a time machine and I will bribe Pitino to never leave.
Well, exactly. Well, and that's okay. I guess that's where I go then. I guess what I would say is this. McCollum would be that one. The one in the middle, which would be like the best, really the best possible get you probably get, is a guy like Tommy Lloyd. That one just seems like not realistic at all, right? And then my third one is my go-to one, which I've said to you before, which is you go back to the Rick Well, you welcome him back to Camelot. You need somebody to bring you like to me, and I know so many people, you don't go out there, you don't go get your exes. Will Wade at LSU. Yes, you do. Arkansas, well, Arkansas and the football thing didn't work out, but Louisville kind of did. You got a Heisman out of it. Like, you can't, like, to me, it's still successful. You got a Heisman. Like, that's not something that I ever thought I'd be able to say that Louisville.
That's a success.
Yeah,
smart's just smarts. A good coach is a good coach.
Like, to me, if I'm Kentucky and if you have no other options out there that seem like viable when it comes to top tier coaches, and you want one of the best in the game, and you're going to tell me that Rick Pitino would not come back to Camelot when he's been talking about Camelot. He's been doing goo eyes. He's still doing the thing, and he said it during when they won the Big East championship about like, this might, 1 or 2 more years might be it, kind of thing. Buddy, you're gonna die coaching. You're dying coaching, and I'm not advocating for it because it would break. I guess it would break my heart just because as a Louisville fan. But I if I'm Kentucky. Which is also, if I'm in Kentucky, that's why you do it. That's why you do it. You're going to win at a high clip. He has proven no matter what generation, how old he gets, what he does, he has the drive to win. He's going to win. He probably, if we're being honest, if they just do a couple things the right way, we never even talked about it. But he looks like a predator, but his name is Prey. He should have left him in there in the second half.
Why wasn't he in the game?
Right. And
why wasn't you're 4 for 4 from 3? You can break up the fucking zone defense that they're putting on you.
That dude's insane. He was all over the place grabbing balls.
Every loose ball, 50-50 ball, he's right there. Rick.
He was difficult to look at, but he's a weird looking kid. But like he does. He looks like that, but like that kid was balling out. That was his game, and then you pull him in. Like I barely saw him in the second half, if I saw him at all. I didn't understand that one at all.
No,
unless he got hurt or something.
It wasn't like doable. No, he didn't. Like doable foul trouble. I don't know what the fuck Pitino was doing. He overthought his way out of that. But I think with the Pitino thing, it's like, all right, proven winner. His heart always wonders, like, what if I stayed at Kentucky? St. John's to Kentucky is a much bigger jump, right?
Kentucky has the money. They have the money to if they're going to spend $22 million on a team, Rick Pitino can go there, finally have the team that he wanted to compete with when he was playing against Cal, because Cal was doing the recruiting, but they were trying to pretend like they were not skirting the rules and all that. Now it's legal. It's a free for all. You go back to Kentucky. You got the money. You go out there and you go win your third national championship. And you talk about the perfect storybook ending for him. For him as a coach, he can go back out on top. And he's kind of on top again because he's in the Elite Eight, and it's like, wow, look how great he's doing again. Or not Elite. Yeah, wait, Sweet 16. Yeah, he lost in Sweet 16. My bad. Second time, which also, I didn't love that. Second time he's lost to Cal and Shire, the two people that he lost in the Sweet 16. Anyway,
that the fuck off. But also, I would like to bring up that is a St. John's team that lost to Mark Pope in Kentucky. Think about at the beginning of the season. I mean, the Kentucky had games where I was like, you're not making the tournament, and I don't want your team to make the tournament. But St. John's, I was like, for sure. I'm like, there's no way they're making the tournament. That man can develop his players in a way that you do not see in the college game anymore. So it's like, that would give you such a confidence that, let's say things don't work out with the players that you recruit and pay. I mean, you're paying everybody, but it's at least he could develop what he has to work with, and you're not whining on a fucking radio show. We got hurt in the past 4 years. It's we're doing okay. It's he's beating your ass in practice, and it's he's going to develop what he's got. They looked like shit at the beginning of the season. And I think that's something that's kind of going away,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Luther. Thank you for
I make a lot of money in Guadalajara. And we have Guadalajara jerseys, and that's what you don't know.
But anyway, but I'm not even joking when I say that. I really think that Rick could do it. He's proven with what he's done in 2 years at St. John's. He's won back-to-back Big East championships against the next Rick Pitino and Danny Hurley, dominating him.
Shit out of UConn this season,
Well, he got beat the shit out of one time, but then he beat the shit out of him 2 other times. But which is another part of it. Sorry, this is on my notes. I'm basically just getting all my notes out before we finally wrap it. But basically, another part is, here we go, another gifted UConn championship that Pitino should have gotten. This is what could happen again. Happened in 2014. UK beats Louisville, and Louisville beats the shit out of that UConn team. UConn's gonna go out there. They're gonna win 7. They're gonna have 7. What's up? Man, do I want that at this point? Because I've been a hater. Tanner Bruno-Messo and I've gone at each other because I do not like UConn. I just don't. I feel like they've lucked into championships. So many times that they've gotten luck. Now it's proven.
They won their first one in 1999.
I know, but I'm saying
6 decades behind everybody else.
2014. That's why I'm saying that's what's crazy. That's why they are, to me, they are
harder to do. How are they still the closest blue blood to Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina, UCLA, and they fucking started in 1999. I don't think UCLA has a championship since, I think they had a 93 championship or something.
90,
And now you're right there. You have fucking half. Since the turn of the millennium.
Yeah.
Then UCLA, then John Wooden had at UCLA. That's crazy.
No, it's
3 different head coaches: Jim Calhoun, Kevin Ollie, and Danny Hurley.
Well, that's why it's so ridiculous that Kevin Ollie has a championship. He's, man, you know what?
He was so nice when I worked at one Final Four.
It's so compacted, but UConn is the modern Kentucky. They are the. Bro. Okay, it's not. It's not.
Smith, Kevin Ollie, and it's because they're black.
It's not because he's black. Okay, thank you. You said it before me. It's not because of that. But the coach in between, who's not really that great, but he's good enough to somehow coach him. Whatever. That Kevin Ollie wins the national title just like Tubby Smith did. Yep. You have Calhoun, and then you have now the Danny Hurley, who maybe instead of being Rick, he's the new Calipari. He just doesn't have. He has the Rick crazy angry. He doesn't have the Calipari. Well, it's slimy, but it's also some smoothness in the way that he talks to people.
No. So, God, okay. You know what I've been watching on repeat, Sofro, is It is so my dad and my uncle. My uncle used to get kicked out. So like I went to grade school at St. Francis of Assisi on Barstown Road, and my dad coached and stuff, and my uncle used to get like kicked out of the games there for yelling at the refs. This was like 3rd grade basketball. Okay. And there's a video that like if I'm ever like not talking for 35 seconds, I'm gonna tell you what's going on in my brain. And it's this video of when Bobby Hurley was coaching with Danny Hurley. I don't know if they were I don't think it was at UConn. I think it was the previous stop. And they're all like, "Oh my God, foul, fight!" They
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I saw it just like
bad. We didn't have a choice. We didn't even have a chance. That was
and they're
so
both
bad.
and they're both falling out over each other, like the same copy and paste.
Like,
yeah, which makes me wonder, like, is Bobby Hurley? Did Danny Hurley also just get a really good spot? Like, you know what I mean? Like because
he's got that little brother overlooked. Okay, so I read their dad's book about like him coaching St. Anthony, like let's say like 12 years ago. And I feel like it brought it up a little bit. I feel like Danny was always like, oh, like Bobby's the better player. Like you need like a wounded psycho person to have excellence. And I'm not saying like that's the greatest path in life. Like we need to like try to chase after humility to be emotionally healthy, right? But like I think Bobby being better at basketball created this Green Goblin villain in Danny where he's like, I'm gonna fucking win another way. And
I think that's an amazing, because I look at him and I can kind of see a little Willem Dafoe in him. I can see a little, I can see
maybe been in the Hague or something. Like
I could see Danny Hurley talking to himself in a mirror. Like I could see the like you totally
like middle child vibes.
Yeah,
personally,
I don't know. See, it's weird because like I'm one of 3, but we're twins, so it's like, am I really the middle? Like I'm the middle, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what that is. Nello, I can see a little bit with my middle child because he's right now at the part where he's a little cutie. But it's a good. He is really funny. No, actually, he's really freaking funny. But it's the thing of like the balance of like Luca's the oldest, so I feel like so much of us have been like, we've got to give him the attention because he's going to need it because there's the other kids and he's getting in school and stuff now. And then there's Camilla, who's the youngest, and she's a little girl, and it's a girl. So then like, and then Nello also is really good at just doing stuff on his own. Like he's like, I'm going to go do this or whatever, and I'm like, he's also like, I don't know, like he'll take all of his toy. He loves cars, like a Lightning McQueen and all that stuff. He has 1,000, and he'll put them in order, like color and whatever. So it's like he's gonna have like some kind of issue. it's either good. He's
gonna be a great coach. He's gonna be an NASCAR coach.
Yeah, it's either genius or it's deeper issues. We'll find out in 20 to 30 years.
Isn't that the beauty of life?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's exactly. You're damn right. So I guess that's kind of okay. Let's see. Pope knows he's dead weight. Cal got out coached by Ollie. Yeah, that's a hard one to sit. That is a hard one to sit with. Cal
got out coached by Bo Ryan. Cal got out coached by anybody with a pulse.
It is, except for Rick. Rick was the one he got up for. He would get it up for Rick every time, and that was always. I remember when I came on with Strebel and Andy. That was my take, and they were like, "Oh, that's stupid," whatever. And I'm like, "No, that's what it is." He got up for Rick.
Rick Pitino off. If I am the genius of Rick Pitino,
yeah,
I guess it's his one fault, right? Or even like the high pressure stakes of like miscoaching.
I would probably say, if you want to say his one fault, I'd probably say it was the abortion and the unfaithfulness. That is part of it. Right. Part of it's that.
Morally, different story. His one fault. The only mistake he ever made was bad substitutions. Like, let's rewrite the history. Just kidding. I don't support that.
Trice says, I wonder how Justin would react if one of his kids turned into a diehard UK fan, like listening to KSR Deep BBM.
Maybe your kid will grow up to like host KSR.
Here's that's Kellen. No, that's Kellen. Kellen will be doing that one day. Here's the thing: is he's way too big now. It's crazy how fast.
Shoulders. It's like you are in 5th grade.
It's crazy. No, it really is. It's so funny, especially too because like I think last time he put his voice is starting to do the deeper thing. Because like every time he used to call in, it would be like the little. He always sounded like. And I was like, Strebel doesn't have a country accent. But Kellen had a country accent, and it was just so funny to listen to it. But anyway, but now that's gone, and now it's like a little man just calling it.
Hey, like that's like Kellen Ringo. I'm like, ooh.
No, it's crazy. It comes quick because I remember. Yeah, so I know my boys are gonna do it. If I, I don't know if you would have asked me when I was straight out of college, when Rick was here and all that. I mean, 2016, 2017, I'll tell you, I would not have dealt with it well. I remember I have, there's a space heater over here. I think it doesn't matter what brain it is.
Yeah, you want to kick it over and end it all?
I threw it. Yeah, no, I threw it across the room. My wife said something. She was my girlfriend at the were we engaged? I don't. Yeah, we were engaged. We were engaged at the time. So my fiance, she was my fiance, and something happened. It was right after. It was when Lamar fumbled. It was that game, the 2016 Lamar fumbled football game, and she said something. Or somebody said something to piss me off, and I just threw that thing across the room, and it's still working today. Like I would have been devastated because this heater I've had since I had my apartment out in Middletown, and that thing would heat up like an entire a massive room on its own, and it's cheap. This is my grandpa stuff. This is like the stuff that I think I'm glad I didn't destroy it. That being said,
it would piss me off if it still worked. I'm like, no, I'm going to throw it again until we have a new coach.
No, well, luckily my wife is the voice of reason my fiance at the time, but my wife is the one who's like, calm the fuck down. Like you're acting like a child. Chill out. And I'm like, okay, you're right. I'm wrong. You're right.
Apply for that position for me.
Yes, that's what you need sometimes. Anyway, so after at that moment, I would have had a lot of issues. But here's the thing: since I got involved with ESPN Louisville and stuff, it's a hard way to say this. Not that I'd be okay with it, but I could deal with it much better because honestly, most of Louisville people hate me. Most of the people that are Louisville centric do not like me. Fan wise,
sorry.
Yeah, people come at me because they don't like to hear negativity. There's plenty of Louisville fans that agree with me and that are on board or whatever. But there is a group of the fan base, and maybe all fan bases are that way. I don't see that with UK a lot. I don't see people coming at Streeble for being negative. But there's people in the Louisville fan base that just want positivity shoved right up there.
That's weak.
And I just don't get it's one of those things where I have a really hard time.
The athletic department.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. The same thing with the coaching and stuff, where it's this shit ain't good enough. We all know it's not good enough, but you want. They're just kids out there playing, and I'm like, no, they're not. They're making money. They're doing all this stuff. We should crush them. Yeah. So and that's why it wouldn't hurt me as bad, because at least Kentucky fans, I've had a growing respect, and like I said, nobody else will cut this because nobody's listening, so it's fine. Zach controls in Betty Bed now, but at least Kentucky fans will hold themselves to a standard that the whole process of going through the Kenny Payne era did something to me. The fact that we were willing to commit
stoop to that level.
but commit program suicide, but you put the death penalty on yourself.
That's the tradition you want to hold on to, not the winning tradition, but a former player and another and the rival coach's coaching tree that should be cut down and burned down.
And people just don't, and it just doesn't make any sense that they just care more about the good feelings, he's a former player. Yeah, these are also the people that were shitting on whatever, all this stuff. And anyway, there's a lot of issues pent up there that I'm just can we just all work toward one goal, which is winning, and the winning should be most important. Because it's really easy to have hurt feelings and get upset, but once you start winning, you're going to get back on board either way. So
because the basics of life, though, right? It's what coaches get the best out of. If you're a player, what coach gets the best out of you? It's not the one that's it's okay, you had a bad day, you can rest, and it's okay, you missed the rebound. It's no. I think the best coaches are ones that maybe you don't even like them at first, but it's they see something greater in you until you start to believe it. I don't think there's anything wrong. And I'm going to give Louisville, with the fans for wanting that too, especially when you have that established tradition. I'm going to give Louisville a big compliment here, because to me, it's I think it would.
I'm recording. Just a second. I got to hit the record. No, I'm hitting the record button. Oh,
Am I back? I'm going to keep talking.
Yeah, keep talking until. Yeah, you're good. I think you're good now.
Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, so I think it's like it would like hurt my soul, and I would think it would be. I would be very ashamed if like you lost the bigger side of like we're a winning program and we need to uphold the standard to like it's just a weakness to be like, well, there's a connection to the program. It's like, how could you ever make the argument that you're a blue blood like if you don't adhere to like your blue blood standard? And I mean that with like love and respect, not love. No.
Nope, there's love. She said it. Love. She loves U of L. She loves L1C4.
I mean that with hate and respect.
Louisville first, Anna forever.
Never. I'm telling you. Never. But you know what I mean? And I think, and I will say this, and this is not like just being a hater. Coming back to Louisville, like moving back to Louisville from Lexington and coming back into the sports media community and even starting at the radio station, I remember people being like, and he wasn't being shady. He was just like, no, like Louisville fans are a little bit delusional. And I was like, oh, I'm like, maybe it's just like rivalry. It's the proximity. It's like very close to home, right? It's easy to feel that way. No, there's delusion. It's like you hired a shitty coach and you're trying to like shove it in everybody's face. Like maybe they'll win. It's like, it just like lacks self-love and self-perspective of like, if you were saying you are a blue blood, it's like, why are you making excuses for a shitty program? It's like, I did lose respect for Louisville, the Louisville fan base when it's like, you want to fight to the death of like a mediocre fucking coach. It's like, nothing is admirable about that.
No,
you know,
true.
like admirable. What, like, Soforo, where do you think Louisville fans got that? And I'm not trying to be a hater. It's like Kentucky fans do not have that. Like they do not like. Why does Louisville have that like headspace, like that psychological makeup of like the excuses?
I would point to, and Trice kind of says this right here, the KB Mafia still lurks in Louisville's fandom. It's okay, clear it's militia. It's not a mafia. They ain't Italian, okay? It's a militia that bothers me whenever they do that. It was a militia. You know, people don't.
The mafia would have been successful.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, you're disrespecting our heritage, okay? But it really did. I think that's the group. It's the excuse making, the people that are we talk about this a lot. There's a lot of people that just want to be victims. They're just victims about everything. Everything is victim blaming. It's all this kind of stuff. So it's like that's the excuse for everything. And then otherwise, it's this should all be good. Everything should be fine. I don't understand. I mean, I do think there's some with Strebel where there are. I do agree with him. There are delusional Louisville fans. I do think Strebel also likes to highlight them and make them the center of his world, stir that pot, and those are the only Louisville fans that he knows, kind of thing. But I'll be honest, I don't know where they come from because I don't come from that same cloth. I don't know how they live like it because maybe it's also there's some that have been older, and a lot of those people that are older are nice because they came from a time before, you know what I mean? Like before there were the standards, like they were like old enough where they lived through it. They're like, oh, that's cool. We won 2 championships. And then they're like, I guess that's what I expect Louisville to be is what it was before that, not what it became during the time from 80 or 75 through 2013 at that point. We talked before about my theory that if Rick Pitino didn't come here, that we'd be in the spot 20 years earlier. You know, I don't know. I don't know. But because at that point, if he didn't, Louisville was equals with Cincinnati. Cincinnati's got 1 title. Do they have 2 titles?
Type shit.
You know what I mean? Like, does Cincinnati have 1 or 2? Do they have 2 titles? They have 1, right?
Or do they even? And they're from like the 50s. Like,
yeah.
That's when, San Francisco was winning shit.
Yeah, it's to me, it's one of those things where it's just like it's constantly, and like I like the other underdog thing. That's one of the reasons I became a Louisville fan to begin with. It was kind of that underdog cheering for the program who was not the have it all like Kentucky was viewed as. And I know that's you are.
I said I want to be a dog.
Yeah.
Respected.
I get it, but I like my point was, or not my point, but my view was like it was great that like, and it felt like that with Juritz that Louisville was underdog who came out there and was becoming that, and that was cool to experience, to live through that, not just because, you know what I mean, like to earn it. It felt like Louisville was earning it. During
it's
those
crazy,
years.
but it's like weird that they wouldn't. Maybe that is confusing though as an identity because you have those 80s championships, so you think, and you're in close proximity with, you have a rivalry with Kentucky. And just the fact that saying that's a rivalry, I'm not trying to be like a douchebag, that like with the
rivalry is a hatred thing. It's a hatred thing. It's not to be fair, it's not a Duke, North Carolina, you're not 1-to-1 on, it's always like they're within a game or two of each other.
You're an undercover agent. You're a damn Cats fan. So
no, I'm not. No, but like, I mean, I live in reality. Like when I look at the freaking
respect for that. Damn it, I'm frozen again, but I'm going to keep talking.
You look fine on my side. So
I'm going to come back on this.
Oh, well, then she freezes. So that's what happens. It's like, it was like 34-17. You're back. Okay.
I was frozen, but I think I'm back.
But it was like, I mean, I don't know exactly what the record is right now, but it's like 30 something in the teens. It's like that now because of, I mean, we chose to do it with Kenny Payne and all the other stuff that happened as well. It only got more inflated than it was where Cal Harry was dominating. U of L fans fight with each other. UK fans fight with Matt Jones. That's actually true. Yeah. U of L fans fight with each other. UK, it's kind of, yeah.
I'm not going to speak on it.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And then he's right. Cincinnati is too.
I forgot what I was going to say, but I do. No, I think like it's almost like with politics and shit too. It's like people are like, no, you have to act like everything is great all the time. It's like, well, it's like running a business or whatever. It's like nothing's going to get better until you can identify the weaknesses and even like the processes that need fixing. Yep. You are going to dissolve into mediocrity. And I think that's what UK fans like don't want to happen. And I fear, and this isn't out of hatred or spite or disrespect, but I feel like with Louisville fans, it's like they just want to, you're not going to end up great if you're okay with a status quo or below a status quo. It's like, listen, Cat Williams said, you ain't great until you got a lot of haters, and I'm going to need 6 haters by summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to hate on your own program. And I will be the first one to do it. I hate on everyone's program. Mine the most.
Yeah. And I absolutely agree with that. I don't know. It's such a weird spot. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like in this. Oh, it's so sad. It's a weird spot. It's so like I'm not doing like a yelly, screamy, as energetic as I would like to be right now because I'm really trying to process it. But it's such a weird spot to be in, just because of and it is late. We need to wrap this up, and I apologize. But we keep coming up with stuff and ideas. That's why maybe one day we'll have to consider if we ever have time doing it like twice a week or something. We may have to think of that because it's funny. I come in being like, we talk about this sometimes, and I'll just behind the curtain kind of thing. Like sometimes I come in and I'm like, is there enough to talk about? Somehow we're going for 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours now. Yeah. So guys, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe, like button, all that stuff. Definitely on the YouTube channel. If you're watching it on Facebook or Twitter as well, like, share, all that kind of stuff. It really helps us.
If we don't have a list to talk about, we just devolve into terroristic threats against coaches, and that's fine too.
That will happen. That happens sometimes. Absolutely. We'll see where this goes. Kentucky, Louisville have a long way to go. Louisville fans hopefully will come back. Oh, that's what it was. You were talking about reality. Sorry, real quick, and then we will wrap. You were talking about it's the thing about cheer. Yes, exactly. I know. I'm terrible about it. But like you talk about schools and people like that thinking everything's okay, and you go that into it's dangerous to go into the politics line, but it's similarly where people, instead of just like getting high on your own farts kind of thing, it's one of those like realize, hey, maybe there's some like self-constructive things that we could do to make this better, instead of just continuing to go on with they just continue to go on with the same thing and be like, no, I'm right, you're wrong, whatever. It's like, maybe just look at yourself in the mirror. And that's I asked a little.
Also at the results of your team while you're looking in the mirror.
Yes. Yeah. And it's funny because right now Kentucky and Louisville are both having to do it. I didn't expect Kentucky to be in this situation with Louisville. It's so weird because it's like Louisville has put themselves in this situation I'm talking about like a decade of degradation and stupid mistakes and decisions that were made. And now Kentucky, in like one quick fell swoop of John Calipari leaving and letting Daddy Mitch do his thing, has put Kentucky and Louisville on equal footing. And it's kind of crazy, honestly, to look. It's insane.
I'm like, bring back the fucking crime. Like, I'm not trying to do shit the right way.
Bring back the crime.
I'll murder a guy. We need to get a good coach.
Get Nate Oates in here.
Maybe, but
get Nate Oates in here. We need Nate Oates. Chris Beard. Never mind. I can't say the Chris Beard thing. No,
I almost said a really bad joke. I'm not, and I don't condone anything.
I think we both had the same joke.
We're winning.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Like Blanket Baker says, our whatever it's set to win. My moral compass is set to win. That's what it is. I love it. Love it from Blank. All right. We need to wrap this. We've been going too late. I had a good time though. We had lots of things to talk about. Kentucky, Louisville, all that kind of stuff. We'll have more obviously in the next show, guys. If you haven't already, do me a favor. Smash the freaking like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our videos that we put out. I'm going to try to put out more recorded stuff. I'm hoping maybe Anna, if she has time, we'll try to get a recorded one about Kentucky when news breaks, especially I'm sure a lot of portal stuff will be opening up as soon as that championship game's over. We're going to be having a lot of stuff coming out about who Louisville and Kentucky, who they're losing, who they're getting. So there'll be a lot to cover. So make sure you stay tuned for all that. Turn on, like I said, their notifications for all that as well.
I'm going to have like a be like, we missed out. That's just for
it's gonna rain. We didn't get it. We got him. We didn't get him. Anyway, yeah, we'll have all that stuff. So definitely stay tuned there if you haven't already. You can follow me at Justin Soforo on Twitter. Follow her at Tarullo tweets on Twitter as well. You can't really make it like Tarullo X's anymore or something like that because that would be weird. Yeah, just change it back to Twitter. I hope he changed it. Like I'm still under the delusion that they're going to change it back to Twitter one day. Like
that's our old time, long time friend. And if you're calling it X, I know you ain't with the old school. Also, it sounds just like moderately dirty. What if it was like Tarullo X? That could be like
that might be a new show that we could do. Tarullo's X's. We could do. Oh, real quick, sorry again. Jay Cornett, UK fans, says unique show. Love it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think we need more red and blue, kind of back and forth talking with each other. And it's not, I promise, I'm sure Tarullo and I will have yelling and screaming at each other one day. But right now we're both just kind of, we're middling out. And then shout out, thank you, Trice, who says, thanks for the show. Good night and all this stuff. All right, guys. I promise we're getting out of here now. Thank you all.
Happy birthday, Soforo. It's the first day. It's your first full day. I guess your second full day is 36.
That's true. Now the end of my life is getting closer and closer. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.